And now, Odyssey, WSCR, 670 The Score, and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network exclusively present the Cubs Radio pregame show, driven by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Buick and GMC dealers. Brought to you in part by CatchDesMoines.com, Citgo, Chef IQ Sense, Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha, Fitzgerald Equipment, Patriot Pavement Maintenance, TimberTech Decking and Railing, Bet365, The Village of Bedford Park, and McGrath Acura of Westmont. And now your host, Zach Zaidman.
Well, it was just a single run against the Atlanta Braves at Truist Park last night for the Cubs. A 4-1 loss, heading up to the Cubs' third in a row. But they've got the right guy on the mound tonight to get back on track in Game 2. And Rookie of the Year candidate, Cade Horton. Good evening, everybody. Judson Richards in for Zach. As far as the standings go, the Cubs lead for the top wildcard spot is now just 2 games over the San Diego Padres. Time now for our conversation with Coomer, sponsored by Yuengling Traditional Lager, the oldest brewery in America, and by Hatfield, better care, better pork. Coombe, the Cubs, they've scored just 5 runs over their last 3 games. What's the recipe to jumpstart this lineup?
Well, everybody's got to look in the mirror, first of all, and do what they do best and put team first. And I don't think I don't mean to say they're not doing that, but there's got to be an attention to detail on little things to do positively to help score a run, to be able to do some of those things, whether it be get a bunt down, hit behind a runner, make sure you don't punch out and hit the ball on the ground and get the run in. Those little things matter. And, right now when they're in a little bit of a skid, they really matter, and you need to win a ball game tonight.
They certainly do. Coombe, time now for our keys to the game, sponsored by Heat and Frost Insulators and the Illinois Regional Insulation Contractors. Visit local17insulators.com, and by Toyota. Visit your Chicagoland Toyota dealer or toyota.com today. Our pitching matchup this evening, Coombe, right-hander Spencer Strider goes for the Braves, and it's Cade Horton who goes for the Cubs.
I think for the Cubs offense today with Strider, he throws a lot of fastballs. That was the attack yesterday, for Elder, that you were going to get a lot of fastballs. So I would anticipate that being the same today. So as a Cub hitter today, instead of taking a lot of pitches, you start getting that fastball, you got to be on it. It's firm, it's 95, but it's very straight. And today, you've got to be on that. He gives up about a hit an inning. So he's given up his share of hits, and he's had, some issues here as of late. For Horton today, what do you say? He's, rookie? I don't think so. He's playing like a veteran, and he's dominating the league. He just needs to do what he normally does, and that's attack with the fastball and slider. His changeup's been awesome. If he just pitches the kind of game he has been pitching, good things are going to happen for the Cubs. Now it's time for the Bet365 bet of the game. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app today. And Judson, today Cubs are minus 110, but, for the first time in a while, the Cubs are getting runs. They're getting a run and a half today here in Atlanta. The bet is minus 220, but that has not happened in quite some time. The over-under today is 8.5. I think, with Horton on the bump, you got to like the under in today's ball game. Just, the Cubs offense has had its struggles a little bit. And with Cade on the bump, he's just not giving up a lot of runs.
Cool. Good stuff. Thank you. Look forward to your call this evening along with Zach. Up next, we'll hear from our insider, Bruce Levine, with the Inside Pitch. That's next on The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here with Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and All-Star Ron Coomer on the Cubs Radio Network.
Future You is using their Rapid Rewards for their next vacation. All thanks to Present You signing up with Southwest Airlines, where you earn points every time you fly. Because what's the point of points that Future You can't use? And since your Rapid Rewards points don't expire, you can save up for that big trip. Get ready to reward Future You with a future flight. Sign up for Rapid Rewards today and redeem your points on any seat, any day, anytime. Only at Southwest. All Rapid Rewards rules and regulations apply and can be found at southwest.com/RR terms.
Welcome to Old National Bank.
Hi, I was wondering what you could do for my small business.
Tons. Have time to talk?
Not much. We're on a 30-second radio ad.
Oh, I'll get straight to the point then. Our solutions are customized for small businesses. Our services make financial management simple, and our pricing is always transparent.
Outstanding. Wow.
Yeah. So, ever been in an ad before?
Nope. How do I look?
Good. But we're on the radio, remember?
Right. Hi, Mom.
Customized small business banking from Old National Bank. Member FDIC. Get old.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Your cold is coming. Your cold is coming. When you feel a cold coming, shorten it with Zicam, the #1 cold shortening brand.
Oh, no, not before my big trip.
The big trip you've been planning is coming up, and so is your cold. But Zicam can shorten your cold and get you back to planning sooner.
Thanks, Revere.
We really should keep Zicam in the house.
Shorten your cold with Zicam.
Take it from America's most revered messenger. Shorten your cold at the first sign with cold shortening products from Zicam, the #1 cold shortening brand. Available in stores or see where to buy at Zicam.com.
Let's play ball with Tito's. During today's game, if the Northsiders pitchers strike out 9 players, Tito's Handmade Vodka will donate $100 to Anti-Cruelty Chicago.
Take Cubs baseball with you wherever you may go in the Chicagoland area with the Odyssey and iHeartRadio apps. Download the apps and search 670 The Score. This is the Cubs Radio pregame show driven by Chicagoland, Northwest Indiana, Buick, and GMC dealers. Judson Richards along with you as Cubs look to even this 3-game series with the Braves tonight in Atlanta. Now time for our Inside Pitch with insider Bruce Levine, sponsored by Gilkey Windows. Upgrade your home today. Visit Gilkey.com. Bruce takes a look at who steps into the closer role as Daniel Palencia hits the IL with the right shoulder strain.
With the injury to Daniel Palencia, the Cubs will feel some extra pressure to have their bullpen perform up to its standard the last 18 games of the season. Craig Counsell refuses to anoint another closer publicly. Still knowing that Palencia is out until at least September 22nd, somebody will have to step up and be the man. Brad Keller remains a major option in the 8th and 9th inning. Keller understands the offense isn't clicking, and the pen must keep games close.
Early in the season, they absolutely picked us up so many times. So, like I said earlier, it's our turn to return favor. We got a good team in here, and it's a lot of fun when it all clicks. And I'm sure we're going through a little bit of a rut, but we just got to go out there and continue to do our job, and we'll push through it for sure.
Judson, help might be on the way with Porter Hodge looking more like the dominant pitcher he was in late 2024. Also, minor leaguer Jackson Wiggins has gone 3 levels in the minors and could be a surprise addition before the season ends.
Bruce, thank you. The Cubs take on the Rays in a 3-game series starting this Friday, September 12th. Be here for it. Get your tickets at Cubs.com/tickets. We'll take a look at who's hot and who's cold next. You're listening to The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Ian Happ. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Hey folks, Coom here. Since teaming up with the fine folks at Yuengling Beer, I've heard this question a lot. Ron, how has Yuengling managed to be around for 196 years? Well, it comes down to one thing. They brew great beer. Simple as that. It takes real quality to become the oldest brewery in America, and Yuengling's been doing it right since 1829. Whether it's traditional lager, light lager, Flight by Yuengling, they all have the same commitment to flavor and craftsmanship. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America. Official beer of the Cubs Radio Network, DG Yuengling & Sons, Pottsville, PA.
Cubs fans, check out the Compound Podcast with Chicago Cubs outfielder Ian Happ. Listen as Ian takes you behind the scenes as he and his guests share what it's like to live the baseball life.
Willie Castro's ability to bounce around, play multiple spots, give you a professional at bat. Those things go a long way. And super pro in the dugout too. Willie's super pro.
Behind the scenes talk with Chicago Cub Ian Happ. Only from the Compound Podcast. Listen on the Odyssey and iHeartRadio apps or wherever you get your podcasts.
What is it that makes the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid an incredible SUV? Is it the spacious interior that's comfy for the whole crew? Or the capability to go off-road? Maybe it's up to 600-plus miles of range. What if it's all of that and more? What is it then? The all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. So much more than just another SUV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
It's time. Time for the pro to get everything for the job delivered. Large orders of lumber, doors, windows, paint, plumbing, anything the job needs, all from one partner. Get it today with same-day delivery. Get it tomorrow with next-day delivery on 50,000-plus products. Or get it on your timeline with scheduled delivery on everything from framing to flooring. It's time to get your whole job, all your jobs delivered. Ask about all our new delivery options at the Pro Desk. The Home Depot Pro, it's about time.
Crush concrete with a Bosch 18-volt Bulldog rotary hammer. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
All Cubs triples and saves are sponsored by Great Lakes Credit Union. Chicago's Credit Union. Join GLCU's mission of banking for a greater good at glcu.org. This is the Cubs Radio pregame show driven by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Buick and GMC dealers. I'm Judson Richards. Cubs and the Braves coming up here shortly from Truist Park in Atlanta. But it is time now to check on who's hot and who's cold. Sponsored by Plumbers 911 Plumbing Emergency. Call the professionals, available 24/7 at 1-833-PLUM-911. Okay, who is hot? How about Nico Horner? 3 doubles, a home run in his last 5 games. Who's cold? Willie Castro hitting just $120 in his last 9. Time now for our injury report, sponsored by Illinois Bone and Joint Institute. Visit ibji.com for locations and services. Now, the Cubs have placed Kyle Tucker on the 10-day IL with a strained left calf. They have recalled Moises Ballesteros. Now, that IL stint was retroed back to the date of September 6th, so it will not be a full 10 days before he comes off the IL. Coming up next, it's our Cubs conversation with outfielder Ian Happ. You're listening to Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here with Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and All-Star Ron Coomer on the Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, baseball fans, now at Verizon, they are knocking it out of the park with low prices. Locked in for 3 years guaranteed on my plan. Get a single line for a low price of just $50 a month when you switch and bring your phone on unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Only on the network you can count on. Slide into your local Chicago Verizon store today.
$20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rates. Additional terms and conditions apply.
It's time for Trash Day Nose Yoga with Hefty. Let's transform stinky scenarios with a joyful scent of Fabuloso. Inhale. You forgot to empty your kid's lunchbox. Exhale. A field of lavender. Inhale. Stinky leftovers. Exhale. Watermelon in the summer. That's the power of Hefty Ultra Strong Trash Bags with Fabuloso.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
The clearance event is going on now at American Sale. Save up to 70% on pools, patio sets, and more. The clearance event, only at American Sale. Bring the fun home.
Today's Tito's Handmade Vodka canine of the game is Sophie, a 9-year-old Yorkshire Terrier from Wrigleyville. If our team strikes out 9 players, Tito's will make a $100 donation to Anti-Cruelty Chicago. This is the Cubs Radio pregame show driven by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Buick and GMC dealers. Judson Richards along with you. Cubs and the Braves coming up here shortly, but right now it is time for our Cubs conversation. Here's Zach.
Judson, thanks. Here with left fielder Ian Happ. From the outside, it always appears to me that you're even keel. You don't let the baseball wave affect you. Is that really what's happening inside of you, or does it impact you?
Yeah, no, I think there's definitely waves throughout the season. I think the best that you can manage them and the better that you can stay locked into your process, like super important. Because that's the challenge of this game. The challenge is the mental ups and downs. And so as much as you can be even and like really evaluate every day, every pitch, every at bat, and like learn from it and move on, that's a challenge.
Anytime someone looks at the back of your baseball card, it's almost always the same because you're able to handle that. But was it always that way?
No, I mean, definitely not. I think, I learned a lot throughout my career to be in a place where I felt a lot more consistent, and my seasons are never linear. Not many people's are, but there's definitely tough moments in every year, and there's great moments in every year. And so, to understand when you're going through something that might be a spell of bad luck over bad performance, or when it is something that is there's a problem that you have to work to fix. And so, I think I've done a lot better job at that in recent years of really understanding where the struggles might be coming from, and not panicking.
This year, you went through a little bit of it. Now you've been able to kind of get yourself out of it. What did you do? Was that one of those that you had to tweak things, or did the numbers not accurately portray what was going on?
Yeah, a combination of both. I think, there was coming off the oblique, there was some things that mechanically weren't right that I had to work through. But for the better part of the season, a lot of the peripheral numbers were very good. Strikeout rate, walk rate, hard hit balls in the air. And so, those numbers have been very consistent and very good. And so understanding that when you're hitting the ball hard in the air and not getting the luck and the balls aren't getting down, there isn't anything to change except for to continue doing the same thing and understanding that at some point those will get down, because the worst thing that you can do in that situation is make tweaks that put you in a worse spot.
But you're human. So you hear, I'm sure sometimes you see the criticism when you're going through it. How do you handle that?
You go through it enough times, you struggle enough times, and you really, understand who you are. And it takes time to get there. It takes time to understand, like, hey, at the end of the year, I'll be there. And I've had years where it's been, not good at points, and understanding that there is light at the end of the tunnel when you're doing things right, when your work is good, when your process is good, when you're not chasing and you're still walking, you're still hitting the ball hard. Like, if you truly believe in yourself and you believe in the back of your baseball card, then you have to know that those things will show up for you.
This team has been relatively healthy for the most part. You talked about the injury that you had, but that was considered minor. Now you lose Kyle Tucker for a little bit. He goes on the injured list. What's the key to overcoming some of these things, still playing at a high level as a team?
Yeah, I think as a group, we have to, we offensively, we have to do better. We have the ability. We know we've seen that as a group to put up more runs and to support our pitching staff. Our starting pitchers have been fantastic for the last 3 months. Bullpen's been great. And so for us, we know that as an offensive group, we can be better. And it's not. The hardest part about this game is that it's a team sport, but the hitting side can be very, very individual. And so supporting each other and kind of getting each other to really just have that belief that, hey, we can put up 7-8 runs a game. We did it for a good stretch, and that's in there, and it's coming.
What leads to that, though? Because I know you mentioned that everyone specifically has individual things they have to work on, but team-wise, what's the through line when you guys are doing it?
Yeah, team line, it's energy and it's positivity with each other. It sounds pretty corny, but it really is. The great teams that I've been on, there's this core belief amongst the team, and there's an understanding of each other's process and what each other are trying to do and looking for in at bats. And the more that you can reinforce that with guys and really pick them up, it goes a long way. And a good example is Seiya, what he's doing. Seiya in the first half and the second half, if you look at all of his metrics and expecteds, they're all the same. He's run into a ton of bad luck. He's hit a number of balls at 107, 27 in Wrigley that are outs. And he's going to get hot and he's going to carry us because that's the type of player he is. And really reinforcing that with him and our belief in each other, those are huge, huge pieces of this.
When you're going through that team-wide slump, right? Is it hard as one of the leaders of the team, not just you, but some of the other guys that are your teammates, to bring that energy up when individually you're stronger?
Oh yeah. It's not easy, but I think that's the great part of this game, being on a team, is that I can stink, we can score 12 runs. And so, and I think that the guys that are able to do that, the guys that are able to have the consistent energy no matter what's going on in their personal game at that time, are the ones that, they're able to help carry a team, because it's more about what we do collectively than it is individually.
The rest of the month here, as you guys approach the postseason, what's the goal in order to try and put yourself in the best possible position?
Yeah, win as many games as possible. Post playoff games at Wrigley Field. I think, you don't want to fall into a trap where you're just waiting for the playoffs. You want to go out, you want to dominate teams, and you want to put yourself in a position where you feel like you can take on the world. And that's the goal of this group, is to be able to be rolling into the end of the month feeling like we can beat any team that's on the field.
Ian, thank you so much. Really appreciate your candidness.
Yep, thank you.
Johnson, back to you.
Zach, thank you. Great stuff there from Ian Happ. Before we take a listen to the manager's show, let's pause 10 seconds now, allow stations to identify themselves. You're listening to The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's team on the Spiegel and Holmes Show afternoons 2 to 6 on The Score, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
All right, get ready, Cubs fans. On Sunday, September 21st, Cubs Charities is hosting the 20th annual Race to Wrigley 5K charity run presented by AbbVie, live at Wrigley Field and virtually. Don't miss your chance to be part of this annual Wrigleyville event. Sign up now at racetowrigley.com. Up next, it's the Manager Show. That's next on The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk middays 10 to 2 on Rahimi and Harris with Mark Grody on The Score, official radio home of the Cubs.
The President's Cup is coming to Medina Country Club September 22nd through 27th, 2026. Join us as the top U.S. and international PGA Tour players compete for their country. Tickets are on sale now at presidentscup.com.
Hey there, sports fans. It's Ron Coomer. The pennant race is on, and just like your team is pushing for the postseason, it's time to step up your outdoor living game with TimberTech, the number one premium decking brand. TimberTech looks like real wood, but without the never-ending maintenance. It won't rot, warp, or splinter, and the industry-leading warranties, your deck will keep looking great season after season. Build a space worthy for October baseball. See for yourself why TimberTech is everything wood should be. Order free samples at TimberTech.com.
Hey, football fans, tune in this week to kick off with Boomer and Valenti, where the guys break down the biggest headlines and stories from across the NFL. Kick off with Boomer and Valenti is brought to you by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
The John Deere Gator XUV lets you cut, pack, drive, scout, weld, stack, feed, pull, load, tow, spray, and haul, all in a single day. Because with the highest cargo box volume in its class, customizable features, and a towing capacity of up to 4,000 pounds, it gets the job done. You just have to get in the seat. Learn more at your John Deere dealer or visit johndeere.com/Gator XUV.
Huge savings on Dell AI PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors are here, and they're newly designed to help you do more faster. They can generate code, edit images, multitask without lag, draft emails, summarize documents, create live translations, and even extend your battery life. That's the power of Dell AI with Intel inside. Upgrade today by visiting Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Surround yourself in color with Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. Rich, durable, and effortlessly beautiful. Find yours at your locally owned retailer. Visit BenjaminMoore.com today.
Cubs and the Braves coming up here in just about 15 minutes. Judson Richards along with you. Time now to hear from manager Craig Counsell, sponsored by the Village of New Lenox, leading the way in residential and economic development. Here's Counsell earlier today on the decision to add Kyle Tucker to the IL.
We just came out early before the game today and, really felt like probably it was just a little worse today than it was yesterday. Yesterday was a really good day and just didn't have any progress today. Didn't really get to a point of a lot of effort at all, and wasn't comfortable playing. And so we just said, we got to give this a little more time. And so it's an IL placement.
Was that surprising to you? Because yesterday you did sound pretty optimistic.
I think we all I think Kyle was a little surprised and obviously disappointed. But it is what it is. That's why we did a little more yesterday to put a little more effort into it and see how it's going to feel. And it didn't respond good today.
Do you have a sense of what the coming days look like for him?
We're gonna. Obviously we take the day-to-day kind of feeling away from it, so we'll give it a couple days here and then treat it, not test it, so to speak, and then we'll progress from there.
By using the retroactive, does that give confidence that it's going to be a minimum stake?
Yeah, at this point I don't know. I don't think anything's gotten worse, you know what I mean? So at that point, 10 days, it'll kind of be at 2 weeks since so we should, I'm hopeful, but I think I was wrong, in terms of avoiding the IL. So, we just have to get to a point where he's not symptomatic and not feeling it, doing baseball activities.
Again, Kyle Tucker working through that calf strain. The IL stint was retroactive to the date of September 6th. We'll check the baseball scoreboard. Coming up next is the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Dansby Swanson. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Step up to the plate like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high app limits, low holds, exceptional customer service, and no bet fees. Other books may charge you just to get on the field, but with Circa Sports, you can swing away with every bet. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Since 1962, Fitzgerald Equipment has kept businesses moving with forklifts, rentals, and expert service, featuring heli forklifts built to go the distance. Visit FitzgeraldEquipment.com. Trusted equipment powered by Heli. Fitzgerald Equipment, material handling handled. Proud partner of Cubs Radio.
Let's go! You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Your home equity could vanish almost overnight, stolen by scammers who forge a deed and transfer it out of your name. The FBI calls it house stealing, and the worst part is you may not know it until it's too late. Find out if you're already a victim now at HomeTitleLock.com. Use promo code RADIO for a 30-day free trial, a title scan, and access to a title specialist, a $250 value. Go to HomeTitleLock.com now. Promo code RADIO.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
Still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave. O'er the land of the free and the home of glory.
Well done by Creekview High School, delivering the national anthem from Truist Park. Game 2 of this 3-game set between the Cubs and the Braves coming your way in just minutes. I'm Judson Richards. By the way, the national anthem sponsored by Patriot Pavement Maintenance, simplifying pavement maintenance for industrial, commercial, and educational clients. Time now for Who Are You Banking On, sponsored by Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. I'm banking on Carson Kelly, who's got 2 home runs in his last 2 games. Our pitching matchup, sponsored by Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Enjoy the laid-back experience of Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Right-hander Spencer Strider goes for the Braves. Strider is 5-12 with a 4.97 ERA. Rookie of the Year candidate Cade Horton takes the bump for the Cubs. Horton is 9-4 with an impressive 2.78 ERA. Time now for our round baseball scoreboard, sponsored by Great Clips. It's going to be great. Just take a look at the NL Central. The Brewers and the Rangers battle it out in Arlington at 7:05. Playing past 8 o'clock this evening, the Reds are in San Diego to face the Padres. Mariners will host the St. Louis Cardinals. Okay, that will do it for us in the pregame show. Coming up, it is Zach, it is Rom, it's the Cubs and the Braves from Atlanta. Next, you're listening to Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS for Kids.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $300 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spread, totals, player props.
$300 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Illinois. TNCs apply. In-app only.
The Chef IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer everyone should have. It eliminates under or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat to achieve perfection. Order one now at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Cubs fans, Pat Hughes here. Join Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman, and me for every Cubs game on 670 The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
He drives one in the air, deep left center. Back goes Cruz. It's got a chance. Gone. Home run, Dansby Swanson. High fly ball, deep right field. This ball's got a chance. It is gone for a home run.
And if you live in the Chicago area, also on the free Odyssey app.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
And now, Odyssey and 670 The Score bring you Chicago Cubs baseball on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago, this is Ian Happ.
They set into right. Cubs win the ball game. Ian Happ, a game-winning single.
It's Pete Crow Armstrong.
Gone! 3-run homer, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Hey, it's Kyle Tucker.
Kyle drives one in the air to right field. That ball is gone. It's a 3-run homer.
This is what you came here for. You got the Cubs game on the score.
Chicago Cubs baseball is presented to you in part by Benny's Beverage Depot, Nissan, Benjamin Moore, Hefty Trash Bags, Arturo Tire, James Hardy Building Products, AARP, Sea Glass Wine, Volvo, Sloan, Xfinity, It's Not a Game, Illinois.com, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, and Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. And now here's the Hall of Famer, Pat Hughes, and All-Star Ron Coomer with all the exciting play-by-play action of Chicago Cubs baseball.
Cubs looking to get back on the winning track. It's game 2 of their 3-game set in Atlanta. Hi, everyone. A pleasant good evening to you from Truist Park alongside Ron Coomer. Zach Zaidman in for Pat tonight. The Braves took the opener last night, 4-1, despite a quality start from Shota Imanaga. The Cubs' third straight loss. Tonight, they turn to rookie right-hander Cade Horton. He gets the start for the Cubs. Fellow right-hander Spencer Strider pitches for the Braves. Let's get right to the starting lineup, sponsored by Verizon, the most reliable 5G in Chicago. For Greg Council's Cubs, a record of 81-63 on the season. The Cubs are the number 1 wildcard team in the National League, a 2-game lead over San Diego. Michael Busch is the leadoff man, and he's at first base. Ian Happ in left. The designated hitter is Seiya Suzuki. The cleanup man back in center field, Pete Crow Armstrong. The second baseman, Nico Horner. Carson Kelly is the catcher. Right fielder, Willie Castro in the number 7 hole. Dansby Swanson is the shortstop. And hitting ninth, the third baseman, Matt Shaw, with rookie right-hander Cade Horton on the mound. For Brian Snitker's Braves, a record of 65-79, fourth place in the National League East. Jurickson Profar is the leadoff man, and he's in left. The first baseman, Matt Olson. Red Hot Ozzie Albies is at second base. The cleanup man is the rookie catcher, Drake Baldwin. Ha-Sung Kim at shortstop. The center fielder is Michael Harris II. The designated hitter, batting seventh, Ronald Acuna Jr. Jake Fraley in right. And hitting ninth, third baseman, Nacho Alvarez Jr., with right-hander Spencer Strider on the mound. First pitch next, Cubs and Braves in Atlanta on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Spiegel and Holmes on your ride home. Afternoons 2 to 6 on the Score.
The Chef IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer everyone should have. It eliminates undercooking or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat to achieve perfection. Order one now at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Here we go. Count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
This is incredible.
Watch your local NFL game live all season long.
And he's in for a touchdown.
Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.
Dear Autumn, fall into great value in a new Toyota, like the tough as nails Tacoma, the sleek all-hybrid Camry, or the versatile RAV4. Find yours today. Toyota, let's go places.
It's game time. Time to crack open Yingling. After 196 years, the wait is over. Yingling is finally available here in Illinois. Look for it at your favorite bar or store. Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. Cubs had some troubles on offense yesterday, trying to get back on track after a couple days, of losing. And, they've just played these Atlanta Braves just back at home, just last homestand. Hopefully tonight they get back on track.
Boy, Craig Counsell-Coombe was agitated after last night's game, saying you can't just give the other team 15 outs in a game to start. Cubs had just one single over the first 5 innings of play. Took them a while to start to get any kind of semblance of offense going, and they finished with just 1 run.
Yeah, a little on the passive side. The one thing about the game yesterday, a lot of fastballs early in the ball game to Cubs hitters. I would anticipate tonight Strider, another guy's going to use his fastball. A lot of fastballs and the slider. Curveball kind of his out pitch if he has command of it. But it's a straight fastball. It's firm. I would think Cubs hitters need to be on the attack tonight here early in the at-bats and early in the ball game.
It is a gorgeous early evening here in Atlanta. 75 degrees, sunny. We don't see any clouds, just a few harmless ones off to the right from our vantage point in the visiting radio booth here at Truist Park. The game time temperature sponsored by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Your trusted local experts. Spencer Strider back on the mound for the Braves. His last start came at Wrigley last Monday. 3 earned runs on 5 hits in 5 innings, 3 walks. He only struck out 1 batter in that game. The Cubs leadoff man is presented by Vinny's Beverage Depot. If Michael Busch gets a hit, Vinny's Beverage Depot will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. If you can't find it at Vinny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Strider comes in with a record of 5-12, an ERA of 4.97 in 19 starts. He faces home plate with the left-handed hitting Busch in the box. And now the pitch from Strider, and we are underway as that pitch misses low. 1-0 the count, and a new look to Spencer Strider today, Coon.
Yeah, he shaved the mustache off, and right away he missed his spot with his landing foot and slipped and fell and threw that ball about 2 feet short of home plate.
The next pitch to Busch misses up high, so the count now 2-0. That was a fastball from Strider.
He was on the all mustache team earlier in the year, and now he's not. So there's that. Good fastball, firm, very straight fastball. Slider kind of stays on the same plane a little bit. Curveball to me is a key. If he has command of it, that's where the strikeouts come in. If he does not have command of it, you won't see him go to it nearly as much.
He goes with a fastball there, right at the bottom of the zone on the outer half. 2-2 the count now on Busch. Checks in with a .256 average this season, 26 home runs, 76 RBIs. He's been scuffling lately, just 2 for 22 over his last 7. Here's the 2-2 by Strider. And that one misses low and inside, so Busch has worked a full count.
That last pitch was the curveball, so he's used all the pitches already. He does have a change, I guess I should say that. He does have a change, and he will use it against the left-handed hitters primarily.
Strider winds and deals, and the pitch misses low. Ball 4. So Busch starts off the game with a walk.
Good start for the Cubs, and Michael Busch, that last pitch, a fastball down and in, did not chase it. Very close. Borderline pitch, but Bushy gets the walk.
Walks of Cubs batters, sponsored by It'sNotAGameIllinois.com. Reminder, a walk is free, a DUI is not. Drive sober or get pulled over. So here's Ian Happ, switch hitter, batting from the left side against the right-hander Strider. And the pitch is a called strike right at the bottom of the zone, a fastball. C.B. Buckner calling the balls and strikes tonight here at Truist Park. Adam Beck, the umpire at first. Scott Berry working second, and the crew chief Dan Isonia is at third. Strider kicks and delivers. Happ swings and fouls it back out of play in the hole, 0-2. Strider is 26 years old, 6 foot, 195 pounds, a native of Columbus, Ohio, but he grew up in Tennessee, played his college ball at Clemson. A long set by Strider. And here comes the 0-2. Happ swings and lines one for a base hit up the middle. Bush stops at second base. So a very different start to the ball game tonight than last night for the Cubs. The first two men reach.
We talked about it. You got to be aggressive today. Cubs were not yesterday. Strider makes the mistake way ahead in the count. Throws a fastball, and this one's center cut. I mean, this is just a great pitch for Ian to hit. Smokes this ball back through the middle. And I can promise you this, Scott Berry's awake now because that one almost hit him right in the noggin.
Seiya Suzuki at the plate, and he looks at a slider that spins into the zone for a strike. Yeah, Berry, the second base umpire, and yeah, he had to dance out of the way to make sure he wasn't drilled. Bush at second, Happ at first. No one out here in the top of the first. The pitch. Seiya swings and loops one into shallow right, racing in Fraley. It drops in front of him. Bobbles the ball slightly, then retrieves and gets it back into the infield. And now the Cubs have the bases loaded after the single the other way by Suzuki.
Now that's much better start to the ball game. Guys are up there swinging. You know, as I said, Strider likes his fastball. He's going to throw it a lot, but it's very straight. And Suzuki a little late on it, but that's all right. He dumps it into short right. Fraley, who runs very well. We've seen him a lot in Cincinnati. Good outfielder, just couldn't quite get to it.
Here's Pete Crow Armstrong. Bases loaded, no one out. Here's the pitch. Crow Armstrong swings and misses at a slider low. 0-1 the count. And PCA trying to get back on track since August 1st, hitting 177 with just one home run. Left-handed batter against the right-hander Strider, who works his motion and deals. Another swing and miss at a slider, 0-2.
Yeah, these two pitches to Pete, they're not strikes. This last one almost hits him in the back foot, this breaking ball, and you just see the emotion on his face after the swing that he chased that ball a couple feet out of the zone.
Time called. Crow Armstrong steps out of the box. Cubs have the bases loaded with no one out here in the top of the first. Bush at third, Happ at second. The runner at first is Suzuki. Crow Armstrong waits for the 0-2. Strider deals. That one is low and inside. Another slider from Strider. 1-2 the count on PCA. Overall this season, Crow Armstrong with a .252 batting average, 28 home runs, 85 RBIs. Now the 1-2. Crow Armstrong pulls one on the ground, foul off to the right.
He pulled that ball into the camera well in front of the Braves dugout. So that ball went right over their on-deck circle of the Braves. It's not easy to do.
Yeah, that's more of a cricket thing, right?
There you go. You're learning, see?
Here comes the 1-2. Bounced foul on the ground off to the right. This one in front of the Braves dugout along the first base line. Count remains 1-2 on PCA. Big opportunity for the Cubs here at the start of this one. Top one. No one out. Cubs have the bases loaded. 1-2 the count on PCA. Strider delivers. Crow Armstrong looks at a ball up high. 2-2 the count.
Good take by Pete, and I like right here. I've been watching, and he is choked up here just a little bit just to get a little more control of the barrel. I like that.
And the 2-2. And a high fly ball hit deep down the right field line. This one looks foul. He gave it a ride. Count remains 2-2.
Well, he was on that pitch. That's the good part. This pitch is in the middle of the plate is the bad part. And, you know, that swing is really out and around the ball. So he's getting a lot of hook on these balls that he's hitting. And that one hooked quite a bit foul.
Bases loaded. 2-2 the count. The pitch. Crow Armstrong, it's a high fly ball, medium range right. Fraley underneath it. He makes the catch. Tagging and coming home is Bush. The throw goes to second base. And the Cubs strike first. Sacrifice fly by Pete Crow Armstrong as Bush scores 1-0 Cubs over the Braves here in the top of the first.
Well, for the Cubs offense, that's big. They score early in this ball game and get the lead. And I also think it's very big for Pete Crow Armstrong to at least have some positives, right? You got to take some positives. He swung at the first 2 pitches that neither one were really close to the strike zone, but he battled through the at-bat, and he has a positive AB and, drives into Cubs' first run. I think he's got to be able to take some positives out of each at-bat, and that's one of them.
Nico Hoerner at the plate, and he looks at a pitch in the dirt off the outside. 1-0 the count. That was a slider that missed.
Important for the Cubs hitting coaches, to talk to him about that and get him into the frame of mind where, way to go. That was a good at-bat. It was a perfect no, but good things happen as Nico fouls that ball off to the right.
So 1-1 the count. They're just trying to build some positives and some momentum.
He's a young guy trying to figure this game out in the big leagues. That is not easy, and he's had some great success. And in the league, he has, kind of flipped the script on him a little bit. And now he's got to figure out what they're doing to him.
So Happ at second, Suzuki at first. 1 down here in the top of the first. Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Braves. Hoerner at the plate, 1-1 the count. Strider works his motion and deals, and Hoerner fouls it back off the screen, 1-2. Nico's been the Cubs' hottest hitter lately, batting .310 over his last 7 games with 1 home run. Overall this season, Nico at .291, 6 home runs, 56 RBIs. Here comes the 1-2. A swing and a miss, strike 3. Strider gets him with a slider off the outside, 2 away.
Last pitch to Nico. This one kind of he throws a slider and he throws a curveball. To me, that one looked like it was kind of in between. That was a little slurvy. Had some good downward movement to it, but really broke across the zone also. Pretty good pitch.
2 on, 2 out. Carson Kelly at the plate and the pitch. It's a called strike on the outside corner. That was a slow-moving breaking ball from Strider. Curve.
Yeah, that was definitely the curveball. About 7 or 8 miles an hour slower than the last pitch.
The next pitch is low. That was a slider. 1-1 on Kelly. He was hitting 200 over his last 7, but he's had a little bit of a power surge. 3 home runs during that time with 8 RBIs. 1-0 Cubs. 2 on and 2 out here in the top of the first. Strider looks at second. That's where Happ is. The high leg kick and pitch. Kelly hits a high fly ball deep center. Going back, Harris angling toward right center. On the track, makes the catch. Just short of the wall for out number 3. Cubs have the bases loaded with no one out, end up scoring just once. They've got a 1-0 lead over the Braves after a half inning. On the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Chicago Cubs memories are made right here with Pat, Ron, and Zach on the Cubs Radio Network.
From the first pitch to extra innings, Sea Glass is your invitation to relax and recharge. As the official wine partner of the Chicago Cubs, Sea Glass brings the refreshing flavors of California's Central Coast to wherever you are, whether it's in the stands or on the couch. So pour yourself a glass and slide into your coastal state of mind. Look for Sea Glass in the wine aisle at your local retailer. Sea Glass, official wine partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Change is always happening, but no matter what changes in 5 years, there's one thing that will stay the same: the price of your internet. With the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi, with our best equipment included, for a price that stays exactly the same. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Coom here. Let me tell you one of the things I really like about Yuengling. They brew a beer for everyone's taste. From their traditional lager to light lager, flight, golden pilsner, and even a black and tan, there's something for every kind of beer drinker. So whether you're firing up the grill, watching a game, or at the golf course, there's a Yuengling that fits the moment. Take a look at the lineup next time you're out. You might just find a new favorite. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, official beer of the Cubs Radio Network, DG Yuengling & Sons, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
The village of New Lenox is at the crossroads of opportunity. Come see everything that New Lenox has to offer. Go to newlenox.net today and start the adventure. New Lenox, it's extraordinary.
24-year-old rookie right-hander Cade Horton on the mound for the Cubs to begin the last of the first. Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Braves. Horton has been lights out, 9-4 with a 2.78 ERA in 20 games, including 6-1 with a 0.77 ERA in 9 starts since the All-Star break. Jurickson Profar at the plate. Here's the first pitch. And it's off the outside for ball one. What has made Horton so special in his rookie season?
You know, he's just got a great arm. That's first and foremost.
As Horton delivers and Profar takes a strike at the top of the zone, a fastball, 1-1.
Yeah, you're looking at mid-90s, 96, 97 he can get to with a short arm swing. So the ball looks like it jumps out of his hand.
The 1-1. Profar looks at strike two, a fastball right down the middle.
You know, very good slider, and that's kind of, you know, it goes across the zone, but also has some depth to it going down, and he's learned to change up in the big leagues, and it's a good one.
Profar hits a bloop shot, shallow center, drifting back the shortstop Swanson, and he makes the catch. One away as Profar is retired.
But I think the real thing that's turned the corner for Cade, and just where his, you know, he was doing good to doing great, is the command of his fastball. He is throwing fastballs for strikes. He is throwing them on a regular basis, and teams have to be accountable to that, and that really makes that off-speed pitch effective.
Matt Olson looks at a slow-moving breaking ball that spins into the zone for a strike, 0-1. Olson, a left-handed hitter. The right-hander Horton kicks and delivers. And that pitch is in there as well. Fastball at the bottom of the zone. It's a fluid zone with C.B. Buckner behind the plate.
He's had a couple calls. Both of them to the number 2 hitter. Ian Happ got the first pitch call against him. That was quite a bit low. And now Olson's saying, I'm 6'5", 6'6". That pitch isn't a strike. And he's right, but it was called a strike.
Shh, don't tell CB. Here comes the 0-2. That one's fouled back by Olson. 97-mile-per-hour fastball from Horton. He faced these Braves last Wednesday at Wrigley Field, 5 hitless and scoreless innings. Here's the 0-2. That's low. Missed with a change, 1-2 the count on Olson. Horton was pulled after throwing 75 pitches. They're watching him, and Horton agrees with what the Cubs are doing. A 1-2. Olson grounds one to short, backhanded on one knee on the outfield grass by Swanson. Sidearm throw across in time to get Olson 2 away. And the reason that Horton agrees with what the Cubs are doing is he wants to pitch deep into the playoffs, and they're trying to manage his innings to do that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a young guy in the league, you know, you've only been in the league a short time, you better agree with what they're saying.
Well, he didn't have to say anything publicly. He did.
No, I understand. Yeah.
Ozzie Albies at the plate, and he looks at a strike. Fastball at the top of the zone from Horton, 0-1.
This first inning is sponsored by Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated.
Albies hits a shallow pop fly to right, angling toward the line. Castro, and he makes the catch for out number 3 as the Braves go down in order here in the bottom of the first. After 1, Cubs 1, Braves nothing. On the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday on the Rahimi and Harris Show with Mark Rohde, 10 a.m. to 2 on the Score.
Future You is using their rapid rewards for their next vacation. All thanks to Present You signing up with Southwest Airlines, where you earn points every time you fly. Because what's the point of points that Future You can't use? And since your rapid rewards points don't expire, you can save up for that big trip. Get ready to reward Future You with a future flight. Sign up for rapid rewards today and redeem your points on any seat, any day, anytime. Only at Southwest. All rapid rules and regulations apply and can be found at southwest.com/RR terms.
James Hardy Building Products knows how important your home is. That's why they're rated the #1 brand of siding in North America. Trusted by homeowners on over 10 million homes from coast to coast, they can give your home a beautiful design without compromising on durability and protection. They also know how important it is to support your hometown and root for the home team. That's why James Hardie is proud to sponsor the Cubs. James Hardie Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
At 19 weeks pregnant, I found out my blood was attacking my baby. I'm Ellen, and my team said her only chance at survival was a rare procedure.
Top ranked in Illinois for obstetrics and gynecology by U.S. News and World Report, the team at Northwestern Maternal Fetal Medicine Clinic treats high-risk pregnancies from across Chicagoland. They performed an unprecedented 5 in utero blood transfusions to ensure Ellen and her baby had a compatible blood type.
Today, my baby is healthy and full of life.
Northwestern Medicine, better.
Hey, Cubs fans, make history with your business in the Village of Bedford Park. To learn more, contact Adam Colopy at ACOLLOPY at villageofbedfordpark.com.
1-0 Cubs, top of the second. The second inning is brought to you by Seaglass Wine, delivering crisp, refreshing flavors that hit every time, Zach.
Thank you very much, Coom. 1-0 Cubs here in the top of the second. Willie Castro, the right fielder, in the box. Spencer Strider deals, and Castro swings. Hits a fly ball left center field, racing over Michael Harris the second, and he makes a nice running grab for the first out as Castro is retired.
A lot like the Cubs outfield, with Harris in center. We've seen a few of these young guys that can really go get them. Obviously Pete being one of the best for the Cubs. But the outfielders are the corner outfielders are kind of peeling back and letting Harris here in Atlanta kind of, control the outfield, especially the balls hitting the gap. And Harris just outran that one. Profar was about 15 feet behind him, just backing him up.
Dansby Swanson takes a fastball for a strike right down the middle. 0-1 the count. One down, top two. Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Braves. The middle game of a 3-game set. Swanson on the year hitting at .247, and the pitch. And that misses inside, apparently. 1-1 the count.
The slider just missed in. Speed Gun today, powered by Xfinity. Get seriously powerful Wi-Fi. Xfinity, the Wi-Fi is booming.
Now the 1-1. That's off the outside. 2-1 the count on Swanson, who's got 22 home runs this season. Cubs placing Kyle Tucker on the 10-day injured list prior to tonight's ball game, retroactive to September 6th, with what they're calling a left calf strain. Strider delivers, and that one is off the outside, but a swing and miss by Swanson. 2-2 the count. Cubs tried to push it with Tucker in workouts, and the calf just wasn't responding.
Yeah, he had a good day 2 days ago, and then obviously after yesterday's workout, not so much, and the Cubs put him on the injured list.
Swanson swings and misses at a slider off the outside. Strike three, 2 away here in the top of the second inning. Moises Ballesteros, recalled from Iowa to take Tucker's spot on the roster. Cubs averaging nearly 5 runs per game when Tucker's out there. Different story when he's not. Matt Shaw at the plate. He swings and pops up the first pitch right around home plate. In front of home plate, it's the catcher, Baldwin, who makes the catch, angling a little bit up the first base line for out number 3. Cubs go down in order here in the top of the second. Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Braves. Middle 2 on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Nico Horner. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Where do the Cubs shop to celebrate a big win? Binny's Beverage Depot. Binny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
With America's best lineup of hybrids from Hyundai, you get the best of both worlds, like the reliable and efficient Tucson Hybrid, backed by America's best warranty. The Hyundai Tucson Hybrid. It's the best of both worlds.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for $239 a month or get 1.99% APR on the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Offers end September 30th. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
Struggling with plumbing problems? Plumbers 911 is your trusted solution with licensed plumbing professionals available 24/7 for any plumbing emergency. From repairs, leaks, sump pumps, and more, Plumbers 911 connects you with plumbers that do it right the first time. Call now at 1-833-PLUM-911.
Hey, baseball fans, now at Verizon, they are knocking it out of the park with low prices. Locked in for 3 years guaranteed on my plan. Get a single line for a low price of just $50 a month when you switch, and bring your phone on unlimited welcome with auto pay, plus taxes and fees. Only on the network you can count on. Slide into your local Chicago Verizon store today.
$20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speed. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Car accident? Call DNW right now. Slip and fall? Call DNW right now. Any accident at all? Call DNW Law right now. Don't hesitate. Call the 8s, 312-888-8888.
One of the great Cubs traditions, the Cubs Convention. Hotel packages are on sale. Meet your favorite Cubs players and legends. Starting January 19th through the 18th at the Sheraton Grand Chicago. For more information, visit Cubs.com/convention. And if you are a Cub fan, that is Cub Fan Haven at the Sheraton for that weekend in January. Z?
Yeah, it's a fun weekend as Drake Baldwin fouls the first pitch back from Cade Horton to begin the bottom half of the second inning. Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Braves. Horton faces home plate. Now he winds and deals. Here's the 0-1. This is line down the left field line, slicing foul out of play. These two guys right now, Horton and Baldwin, the two favorites for the National League Rookie of the Year. Horton's had a phenomenal season. Baldwin hitting at .276 with 15 home runs. Here's the 0-2. Baldwin fouls it back.
Our reviews in this game sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Second opinions, always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. Yeah, Baldwin having a very good year, catching. About halftime, 276, as you said, 15 bombs.
And swings and taps one foul at the plate. 0-2.
Very unique guy, catches, and a left-handed hitter. So, boy, that means if he can hit at all, he's going to be around this game a long time if he's healthy.
Baldwin taps another one at the plate. Foul, 0-2.
That's the hot commodity for catchers, is to be a left-handed hitting catcher.
The right-hander, Horton, works his motion and deals. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Horton to Baldwin. And Baldwin looks at a ball low, a curve that missed. Baldwin, a third-round pick by the Braves in 2022. He's 24 years old, 6'1", 225 pounds. The pitch is swung on and missed. Strike three. It's the first strikeout of the night for Cade Horton. Got him with the changeup.
Yeah, excellent pitch after some breaking balls, and then he goes to the change away. Perfectly located pitch down and away with the change. Baldwin foul tips it, put right into the glove of Kelly for the first out here in the bottom of the second.
Now Ha-Seong Kim at the plate, and Kim looks apparently at a ball low, but man, that was another borderline pitch.
No, it wasn't.
All right, it was a strike at the bottom of the zone. Wasn't called that way, though. Here's the 1-0. Kim swings and fouls it out of play off to the right second deck. It's going to be that kind of night, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
It is. It already is. I feel it. Yeah. Yeah. John's going to be mad at me getting on the umpires after a while. I know that.
Here's the 1-1. And that one misses low and outside. John Kramer, our engineer, one of the best in the business, helping us blast through the speakers of your radio as well as all of your smart devices. Former umpire. Here comes the 2-1. A bouncing ball hit to third. Charging in between hot, fielded to his left by Shaw. His throw to first in time. 2 away. Nice play at the hot corner by Shaw.
Yeah, good decision by Matty. He does a very good job of attacking the ground balls at third base. So he instantly, the ball goes down, he goes in. And he gets this ball on the short hop instead of the in-between hop. Very nice play and good decision by Matt Shaw, and he gets the second out of the inning. Very nice.
All right, so 2 down. Here's Michael Harris, the second, left-handed hitter. Horton kicks and delivers. And Harris lines one foul off to the left. 0-1. Harris with 17 home runs this year, hitting at .244. The pitch. That's low.
The thing that gets me about Harris, you look at him and be able to kind of command the middle of the diamond in the outfield with his speed. But how about the 79 RBIs for him? It's a big number.
And as he takes a strike right at the bottom of the zone, a changeup. Yeah, that is a big number. He's also got 16 stolen bases. Here comes the 1-2. Harris lines one to deep left. Happ on the track near the wall. Makes a backhanded catch. Nice play for out number 3. 6 up, 6 down for Atlanta. And now after 2, it's the Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Braves. On the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen for great Cubs guests all season long on the Score, official radio home of the Cubs.
Man, that was easy.
Bulldog Rotary Hammer!
Hello?
It is I, He-Man, your inner Bosch.
Inner...
Bosch!
I'm sorry, what?
That powerful feeling you get when you can powerfully blast through concrete. Say it with me.
What, like right now?
Yes! We have the power!
It's grilling season. Time to fire it up and share a little grilling wisdom. Step up your grilling game with Hatfield marinated pork tenderloin. Packed with flavor, easy to cook, and perfect for any backyard cookout. Honey garlic teriyaki and savory brown sugar. There's a flavor for everyone. So put some pork on your fork. Visit simplyhatfield.com to find a Meijer near you. Hatfield, better care, better pork.
Future You is using their Rapid Rewards for their next vacation. All thanks to Present You signing up with Southwest Airlines, where you earn points every time you fly. Because what's the point of points that Future You can't use? And since your Rapid Rewards points don't expire, you can save up for that big trip. Get ready to reward Future You with a future flight. Sign up for Rapid Rewards today and redeem your points on any seat, any day, anytime. Only at Southwest. All Rapid Rewards rules and regulations apply and can be found at southwest.com/RR terms.
Surround yourself in color with Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. Rich, durable, and effortlessly beautiful. Find yours at your locally owned retailer. Visit benjaminmoore.com today.
Third inning here in Atlanta, and we're coming to you live all season long. The Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Goom, thank you very much. Michael Busch in the box. Here's the pitch from Strider, and Busch fouls it away. Out of play off to the left, 0-1 the count. Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Braves. Pete Crow Armstrong with a sacrifice fly in the first. RBIs by Cubs batters sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Get old. Spencer Strider deals, and he misses outside with a curveball. So the count is 1-1 on Busch, who walked to start off the game and then scored the run on the sacrifice fly by PCA. Strider whirls and deals. An awkward check swing and a miss by Busch. 1-2 the count.
With high change up there. That's kind of an odd pitch. Strider usually pretty good command with that change when you look at his body of work, but that one way up and just caught the top of the zone.
And the 1-2. That's in the dirt. Missed with a slider. 2-2 with Busch at the plate. With the defensive alignment of the Braves right now, they're essentially vacating the third base position. The defensive alignment sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment. Material handling handled. Learn more at FitzgeraldEquipment.com. The third baseman Alvarez playing where a shortstop normally would, and the shortstop Kim is playing up the middle, wide of second. Check swing and a pitch low on appeal. He went around, says the crew chief Dan Isonia at third. Strike 3. Busch retired, 1 away here in the top of the third.
Yep, Busch went. It's a breaking ball down and in. Second punch out of the bar, actually third punch out of the ball game for Strider.
He had just one in his last start against the Cubs at Wrigley last week, and then decided he's going to change things up. Shaved off the handlebar mustache that became his trademark. Ian Happ at the plate. Here's the pitch. That's up high. 1-0 the count. How much of a slump would you have had to have been in during your career to shave off the goatee? I'm not talking about your year with the Yankees.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-0 delivery. Happ swings, and it's a high fly ball deep center. Racing back, Harris at the track. He looks up. It bangs off the wall. Happ on his way to second base gets there with a stand-up double. Happ's second hit of the ball game.
Well, Ian swinging early in the count, and that's what we talked about right in the open of the broadcast. His Cubs offense needs to be aggressive. You know, you're getting fastballs to hit them. Be aggressive, swinging at the heater, pick out what you want to hit, and go ahead and cut her loose. Ian has done that as he bangs this one. This one doesn't miss from going out of the ballpark by much as it hits the middle of the wall in center field.
So here's Seiya Suzuki, who had a bloop single to right his first time up. Happ in scoring position at second, one away here in the top of the third. Cubs with a 1-0 lead. The pitch. Suzuki looks at a strike fastball on the outside edge, 0-1.
To answer your question, I've never slumped like that.
Good answer. Well said. Here comes the 0-1 by Strider. High and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Suzuki.
While I was playing, the only way I shaved my goatee off, not that it was that big a deal, but it was that owner in New York, that Mr. Steinbrenner character, he asked me to shave it off, and Joe Torre, you shave it off. Just that simple.
Pitch in the dirt, blocked by Baldwin. Happ stays at second, 2-1. The count on Suzuki. And the Yankees, ever since George Steinbrenner took over that team, and now owned by the Steinbrenner family since the boss passed away, they've had that rule every single year until this year. This is the first year where if you're a Yankee, you're allowed to grow some facial hair. 2-1 the count with Suzuki at the plate. Happ at second base. The pitch. Low and outside. So 3-1 the count. Were you superstitious during some bad times?
I was always I guess you could say that. I did a lot of the same things. A lot of things happened for me in a game day that were always at the same time, same bats.
Here's the 3-1. Suzuki with a check swing and a pitch low on appeal. No swing, says the first base umpire, Adam Beck. That's ball 4. Seiya heads to first, and now the Cubs have something cooking here in the top of the third. Men at first and second with just 1 away, and the cleanup man, Pete Crow Armstrong, due up.
I think for baseball players, our game lends to that way of living, just your life, because you play every day. So you kind of get this routine down of when you have lunch, when you go to the ballpark.
ECA looks at a ball low, 1-0.
When you take your batting practice, when you do your flips, when you get into the training room. I mean, so there's a lot of that stuff that just happens every day right around the same time. And then I was somewhat of a creature habit of doing that, so it really became kind of part of your routine.
The 1-0, PCA loops one into shallow left. This may drop. It does for a base hit. Around third, racing home, Ian Happ. It's 2-0 Cubs. RBI single the other way for Pete Crow Armstrong. That's his second run batted in of the game.
Al, and the thing that's great about this base hit for Pete is he gets this pitch inside and he just inside outs it. That's great. That means the ball's carrying, and, he's got a chance now to do some damage. When you're way out in front of everything, your timing is just very poor. And for him to get jammed and hit a ball the other way is a great stride forward, and he drives into Cubs' second run.
Nico Horner at the plate. Suzuki stopped at second on the play. Here comes the pitch. And Nico looks at a ball that apparently was low. 1-0 the count. It really wasn't low.
What do you call it?
Apparently?
No, the strike zone?
It's a fluid zone. Yeah.
Fluid. There you go.
Yeah.
Never heard that before, but it qualifies.
Yeah. Skyler misses with a fastball low and outside. 2-0 the count on the batter, Nico Horner. Suzuki at second, Pete Crow Armstrong at first. 2-0 Cubs here in the top of the third, just 1 away. Nico struck out swinging his first time up. Strider delivers. Nico swings, line drive, base hit to right. Seiya stops at third. And now the Cubs have the bases loaded once again, just one away here in the top of the third. It'll bring up Carson Kelly.
I love Nico inside outing this ball the other way. Cubs offense clicking after, a little bit of an embarrassing ball game last night with a lot of just routine outs, in a very quick ball game. Today, much different story. Much better at bats, much more aggressive on the fastball, on the attack as an offense, and, we're getting a little different result.
Braves pitching coach Rick Kranitz out on the mound having a conversation with Strider and the catcher Baldwin. RBIs by Cubs batters, sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Get Old. PCA has driven in both runs for the Cubs tonight. They've got a 2-0 lead over the Braves here with the bases loaded and just one away in the top of the third. Carson Kelly due up. Flied out to center his first time up. Kelly with 16 home runs on the year. Suzuki at third, PCA at second, Nico at first. Strider delivers. Kelly swings and pops it up. Foul territory off to the right. Olsen, the first baseman, giving chase near the dugout, but this one bangs off the netting and into the stands. Foul. 0-1 on Kelly.
Kelly just missed a homer in his first at-bat, hit one a long way to center field. Harris caught it on the track right in front of the kind of the right center field part in front of the bullpen, just off to the right field side of straightaway center.
Now the 0-1. Kelly looks at a ball low. That was a slider by Strider that missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Strider sets at the belt. And deals. Swing and a miss. Curveball. 1-2 now on Kelly.
Strider is a good fastball, but I really think his best pitch is curveball. When he has command of it, it's a very good pitch. Problem is he doesn't always have command of it, and he can, it can be a little bit of an issue for him getting it around the strike zone.
The 1-2 delivery. Kelly swings and misses. Strike 3. Got him with a slider. 2 away.
Kind of set up with the curveball. It gets going downward, and then the slider he throws. And Kelly a little out front of that one. That pitch down and away. Pretty good pitch.
Bases loaded for the Cubs. Coombe here in the top of the third. 2 away. The batter, Willie Castro, a switch hitter batting from the left side. He flied out to center his first time up. The pitch is low and inside. A slider that missed. 1-0 the count.
Here's where the Cubs need a big swing of the bat. 2 outs, bases loaded. Second time they've had the bases loaded. They need a big swing. You see if Billy can run one in the gap. Cubs with pretty good speed on the bases.
Castro waits for the 1-0. Here it comes. He swings and lines it foul. Out of play off to the left. 1-1 the count. Dansby Swanson's on deck. Who's on deck is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Castro with the Cubs. 25 games, hitting 164. Now the 1-1. Castro takes a ball up high, a fastball that missed. 2-1.
He has done an excellent job on defense for Craig Counsell, playing all over the field. Just hasn't quite found his stride swinging yet, but he has been a very productive hitter.
Castro taps one foul behind the plate.
Yeah, he's been a very productive hitter in his big league career. It's just, Cubs need him, boy, they'd love for him to get hot and swing the bat as much as he's playing and will play now that Kyle Tucker just got put on the injured list today. That'll be retroactive back a few days, but we'd love to see Castro get hot.
Starting right now, 2-2 the count, bases loaded. Castro waits, Strider along set. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. They got him with a slider, and the Cubs leave the bases loaded. They do score once, though, on the RBI single by Pete Crow Armstrong. 2-0 Cubs, middle 3 on the score. The Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago, this is Kyle Tucker. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network. Here's a club you want to get into. Club Citgo, the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Download Club Citgo today. Savings could up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Uh-oh, you spot a work zone up ahead. But you're already running late. Hey, is that extra minute really worth risking your safety? Decision time. Will you push your luck and speed through? Or you mind the signs, avoid the fines? Yeah, that's what I thought. Slow down and pass through cautiously. Hard hats off to you, sir. Level pass. While the next work zone is loading, head to itsnotagameinillinois.com/arcade to play.
Is your chimney clean? Gas fireplace service? Fireplace and Chimney Authority helps keep your home safe and ready for the season. We're your trusted local experts for all repairs and maintenance. Visit fireplaceandchimneyauthority.com. Okay, guys, be honest. Are you a man who landed a career, built a family, and tackled other big goals, but then realized at some point you stopped having guy friends? You're not the only one. And now, 2 organizations in Chicago are teaming up to help. AARP Chicago and Men Living have created a virtual series that invites men 50 and older to meet and create friendships. It's free, virtual, and designed to make it easier for men to connect. It's from 2 to 3 p.m. on September 3rd, 10th, and 24th. For more information and to register, visit aarp.org/il.
Hefty Trash Bags, the official trash bags of the Chicago Cubs. Hefty Ultra Strong Trash Bags resist rips, tears, and leaks. Strength that's anything but ordinary.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Bottom 3 in Atlanta. Cubs with a 2-0 lead over the Braves. It's 74 degrees and clear here at Truist Park. Time and temperature sponsored by Circa Sports Illinois. Bet like the pros and download the Circa Sports app today. As Ronald Acuna Jr. bounces one foul off to the left. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to the Cubs game in FM quality at 104.3 HD2 FM on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network. We are WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Acuna looks at a fastball up high from Horton. Count 1-1. Last of the third, 2-0 Cubs over the Braves. Horton with the high leg kick and pitch. And Acuna takes a strike, a fastball near the top of the zone. 1-2. Horton spins and deals, and Acuna hits one foul on the ground off to the left. Acuna batting 7th tonight for the Braves. Just not used to seeing that.
No, not at all. I don't think that'll happen again. By the time he gets back spring training and gets himself 100% healthy, you'll see a guy hit in the middle of the lineup again.
Acuna looks at a sweeper low, 2-2 the count. Last night he snapped an 0-for-25 skid with an RBI single in the first inning against Shota Imanaga as Acuna rips it foul into the camera well in front of the Cubs dugout along the third base line. That's another cricket shot.
Yeah, it's hard to pull a ball that foul. That one caught somebody in the camera well. That had to hurt.
Here's the 2-2, and this is a fly ball hit to deep left center field. It may go. It bangs off the wall. Quickly fielded by Crow Armstrong. The throw to second is not in time as Acuna gets in there with a stand-up double.
Well, this ball hit really well into left center field. Pete goes and chases it down, but can't catch up with it. Ball hits about 2 feet below the yellow mark going across for the home run and just misses. Pete does a great job of playing it off the wall and firing it in, but it'll be a leadoff double for Acuna.
Yeah, this is PCA's first game in center field since coming back from that knee bruise. Jake Fraley at the plate with Acuna at second. Here's the pitch. It's high and outside for ball 1. Cubs with a 2-0 lead. No one out here for Atlanta in the bottom of the third. Fraley, a left-handed batter against the right-hander Horton, who looks at second. That's where Acuna is. And the pitch. Fraley swings and misses. Change-up, 1-1. Swanson, the shortstop, playing up the middle, just to the left of the second base bag. Shaw, the third baseman, playing wide of third and a little back. Here's the pitch. This is a broken back ground ball to short, fielded by Swanson. The throw to first in time to get Fraley. So one away. Acuna had to stay at second.
Not a very good read by Acuna at second base. If he was a little more aggressive with his secondary lead, he would have been able to go to third easily. He kind of got his feet kind of stuck and didn't get much of a move off the second base bag for a secondary lead. And because of that, that ball kind of froze him, and he stays at second base.
Nacho Alvarez Jr. at the plate. Here's the pitch by Horton. And Alvarez takes a strike, a fastball right down the middle, 0-1. Alvarez hitting at 250. Here's the pitch. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Alvarez in the hole, 0-2. Pete Crow Armstrong with a couple of RBIs tonight. A sacrifice fly in the first. A ribby single in the top half of this inning. Here's the 0-2. Alvarez bounces one on the right side. Fielded by Horner on the edge of the outfield grass. The flip to first in time. 2 away. Alvarez retired. Advancing to third on the play. Acuna. It'll bring up Jerickson Profar.
That's why it's important to take the extra 90 feet. If there's one out and Acuna's at third and the Cubs are playing their infield back, it's a 2-1 ball game. Right now, the Braves need a 2-out hit to drive in their first run.
So here's Profar, who popped out in his first at-bat. A switch hitter batting to the left side against Horton. Acuna at third, 2 away here in the bottom of the third. Cubs with a 2-0 lead. And the pitch is low and inside to Profar. 1-0 the count. Sun beginning to set. Lights beginning to take more and more of an effect tonight here at Truist Park. Acuna dancing off the bag. Here's the pitch. Profar swings and fouls it out of play off to the left. 1-1.
Acuna was literally halfway down the line when that ball was in the hitting zone.
Now he's moving.
Just into foul territory. But, I mean, he was way down the line.
Can't miss him with the gold shoes. Here's the pitch. This is looped into right for a base hit. And the Braves are on the board as Acuna scores. RBI single for Jerickson Profar. It's now 2-1 Cubs here in the third.
Big 2-out hit for Atlanta. This pitch inside to Profar. Little angle fastball, 97 miles an hour, down and in. But that is the sweet spot for left-handed hitters. He just drops the head of the bat out. Didn't hit it all that hard, but in the right spot. The game's Cubs now, they're lead 2-1.
Matt Olson at the plate. He checks swings at a pitch low. On appeal, no swing, says the third base umpire, Dan Isonius. The count is 1-0 with Olson at the plate. He hit his 23rd home run last night, a solo shot. Powerful left-handed batter. Horton deals. That's low. So the count now 2-0 with Olson at the plate. Cubs wearing the road gray jerseys and pants. Red numerals on the back, blue lettering on the front. Blue caps with a red C on the front. Horton sets at the belt and delivers. That one misses outside. 3-0 now with Olson at the plate.
Got one of my old teammates from Lockport High School in our booth. He's moved down to Atlanta with some friends. Mark Wessel, big power pitching right-hander.
Big-time Porter. Here comes the 3-0. And that's a called strike right at the top of the zone.
Mm-hmm. Schultze's going to be jealous you're here. You know that, don't you?
I think I know the best teammate he played with. He's also in the booth. Throw to first. Diving back in safely is Profar. Teammates for life. That's the cool thing about it.
That's right. That's what sports does.
Yep. 3-1 the count. 2 away. 2-1 Cubs here in the bottom of the third. The pitch fouled back off the screen by Olson. It's a full count. Braves have the home white uniforms, white jerseys and pants. Red lettering on the front, red numerals on the back. Two-tone caps, navy blue with red bills. Scripted white letter A on the front. The pitch Ground ball hit hard to second. Fielded on the outfield grass by Horner. The throw to first is in time, and that ends the third inning, but not before the Braves get on the board via the RBI single by Profar. It's 2-1 Cubs after 3 on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Start your mornings with Cubs Talk. Mulligan Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on the Score.
Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, Electric wants you to avoid breakdowns this winter. Did you know your dirty furnace costs more to operate? It increases your utility bill and leads to more breakdowns? Now's the time. Schedule your Four Seasons tune-up today for only $89.95. The furnace tune-up includes a 30-point inspection, complete cleaning, and is backed by the industry-leading 1-year, no breakdown guarantee. Peace of mind, lower utility bills, just a Four Seasons tune-up away.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Hey, baseball fans, thinking about a new Subaru this season? Do yourself a favor. Take the short drive north and visit Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Check out this winning lineup. Outstanding customer service, a vast inventory of new and pre-owned vehicles, the latest incentives, and a laid-back experience you won't find in the city. That's a home run every time. Visit Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha today or shop whenever you want at ZieglerSubaruKenosha.com. They'll light up the scoreboard every time.
The folks at Tito's Handmade Vodka have been dog people since day one, inspired by strays found around the distillery. Tito's has been committed to supporting pets and their people through the Vodka for Dog People program. Tito's amplifies the work of animal-focused nonprofits across the country and beyond, focusing on low-cost spay and neuter services, affordable vet care, and adoptions. Between countless yappy hours, events, and dog-friendly workspaces, there's a reason Tito's is the vodka for dog people. Distilled and bottled by Fifth Generation Inc. Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
FinishingChicago.com for the industry's best drywall finishing, wall covering, glass systems, signage, and painting contractors. Rely on FinishingChicago.com.
The uniform descriptions we gave you earlier, sponsored by Benjamin Moore. On the field or walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs. Top of the fourth. Cubs 2, Braves 1. Dansby Swanson at the plate. Right-hander Spencer Strider works his motion and deals. That pitch is a curveball that misses outside. 1-0 on Swanson.
Fourth inning sponsored by Wintrust, home of the exclusive Cubs debit card. Member FDIC, EHL lender.
Strider deals, and Swanson swings and misses at a slider low and outside. Count is 1-1.
Dansby's been seeing a lot of breaking balls in this series. I don't know if he saw anything. I know he saw one changeup, maybe a fastball or two in all his at-bats yesterday, but almost primarily sliders away.
The 1-1. Line foul out of play off to the right, 1-2. I mean,
there's a fastball inside.
There's no team in baseball that knows Swanson better than these Braves.
No doubt about that. He had a great run here with the Atlanta Braves, kind of culminating with a World Series championship.
The next pitch is low and outside, 2-2. Swanson, a right-handed batter, stands deep in the box. His stance a bit open, uses a toe tap. And the 2-2. Low and outside, check swing. Did he go? Yeah, on appeal, Adam Beck says that Swanson offered strike 3, 1 away.
And another slider down and away. Pretty good location, just off the plate down, just off the plate away.
So 1 away here in the top of the fourth. Cubs 2, Braves 1. The batter, Matt Shaw, popped out his first time up. We've got to play the Vinny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Vinny's, it's probably not worth drinking. As Shaw looks at a slider that spins into the zone for a strike, 0-1.
Wes, how many people are here tonight? We're playing the attendance game. I need a little help. 2360, you're out. That ain't right.
Don't take the guess. Here comes the 0-1. That's a called strike. Slider right at the top of the zone.
2360, he said. Okay, that's my guess.
You're going 2360.
Yeah, I got to stick with my Porter buddies. That's the way it is.
All right. I would say visually it looks like there are more than 25,000 people here in the ballpark
I've lost
tonight.
this one, but that's okay. I'll make them buy lunch tomorrow.
Now I feel guilty playing. Should I make a lower guess just to be nice?
No, you're never going to do that. We know that.
That pitch is missed inside. I'm not sure if it ever touched the deck. Did it hit Shaw?
Well, I think it hit the handle of the bat, the knob of the bat, underneath his left hand, and he's got that bat with the extra
right.
big knob, and that's what it hit, so it's foul ball.
So 0-2, the count on Shaw. Strider winds and deals, and this is a fly ball hit to deep left. Profar angling back right on the edge of the track toward left center, makes the catch. Shaw's retired, 2 away.
And Maddie put a charge into this one, just got it a little too elevated. It's breaking ball. He's out front. Hits it to the track. If he hits this ball on the line, it's going to be a double. Just got it elevated enough, and these guys can go get him in this Atlanta outfield, that's for sure.
My guess is going to be 25,000. Michael Busch at the plate. Here's the pitch. Busch swings, and it's a high fly ball to right, playable for Fraley. Drops back and makes the catch short of the track for out number 3. Cubs go down in order here in the top of the 4th. Middle 4, 2-1 Cubs on the score at the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Fall is a time for football, falling leaves, cozy fires, and of course, a fresh haircut at Great Clips. Whether you want a whole new look for the season or just a trim on a cut you already love, the skilled stylists at your local Great Clips salon are ready to bring it to life for less. With convenient online check-in, you can stop in whenever it works for you. And with the affordable prices at Great Clips, you'll save money for fall fun too. So what are you waiting for? Download the app today and get a fresh haircut for fall at Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
As the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs, Sloan has greeted fans with sustainable restroom products at Wrigley Field for 111 years. And now Sloan is excited to introduce new innovation to Cubs fans throughout the concourse with its brand new bottle fillers to provide clean drinking water while reducing plastic waste throughout the friendly confines. Learn more at Sloan.com and go Cubs go!
Hey, I'm ordering dinner. I was thinking burgers.
Boom! I just earned a $650 bonus for opening up a checking account at Old National Bank. Sorry, what'd you say? Burgers?
No, I definitely said 40-ounce dry-aged tomahawk steaks. Yep, with those little sauteed mushrooms.
Earn up to a $650 bonus when you open an eligible checking account and complete qualifying activities. Visit oldnational.com/checking and get old. Member FDIC. Additional restrictions apply. Offer valid through October 31st, 2025.
The Chef IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer everyone should have. It eliminates under or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat to achieve perfection. Order one now at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
The out-of-town scoreboard is sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Bottom of the 7th inning in Baltimore, Orioles with a 2-1 lead over the Pirates as Ozzie Albies swings, and it's a fly ball to medium-range center, angling toward left center. It's Pete Crow Armstrong, and he makes a jogging catch for out number 1. The first out brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming. Last of the 4th, Cubs 2, Braves 1. Other action on the board. Bottom of the 8th inning, the Guardians lead the Royals 2-0. The Marlins having some issues at home against the Nationals. Washington up 6-1 at the top of the 6th. Josh Bell with a 3-run home run for the Nats. Drake Baldwin at the plate, and he looks at a pitch that apparently missed outside from Cade Horton. The count is 1-0. Phillies leading the Mets 4-0 in the top half of the 6th inning. Ground ball it to short, fielded on a belt-high hop by Swanson. Running throw to first is in time, so 2 quickly away here in the last of the 4th for Atlanta. Tigers and Yankees tied at 2 in the top of the 5th. Aaron Judge has passed Yogi Berra on the home run list for the Bombers, his 44th of the year. Astros leading the Blue Jays 2-0. They're in the last of the 4th. Carlos Correa with a 2-run home run. Ha-Sung Kim at the plate, right-handed batter, as Horton kicks and fires in their first strike. Top of the zone fastball, 0-1. Rays 3, White Sox 1. They're in the top of the 3rd. The Brewers and Rangers are underway in Texas, scoreless in the top of the 1st. Kim pops it up on the infield, left side, racing in. It's Shaw straddling the line, makes the catch halfway between home and 3rd. For out number 3. That ends the 4th inning. 2-1 Cubs over the Braves on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Start your mornings with Cubs Talk. Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on the score.
For over 60 years, Fitzgerald Equipment has kept Illinois and Wisconsin moving with forklifts, rentals, and expert service, featuring Heli forklifts built to go the distance. Visit FitzgeraldEquipment.com. Trusted equipment powered by Heli. Fitzgerald Equipment, material handling handled. Proud partner of Cubs Radio.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Horton Group in Chicagoland if auto owners make sense for you.
Join Great Lakes Credit Union's mission of banking for a greater good. As a nonprofit financial institution, Great Lakes Credit Union invests in local communities while offering the services of big banks. Learn more at glcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, it's Lou Manfredini for the Gilkey Window Company. I've been talking about these windows for 25 years. The Gilkey family has been making these windows for 45 years. They make, in my opinion, the best windows and doors you could put in your home. I put them in my home. You can do the same now during their summer special. Get $375 off each window, $1,000 off their really nice patio doors with no money down. Call 888-3-GILKEY. That's 888-3-GILKEY or visit Gilkey.com.
Save time every time for a great haircut. Just download the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Top five. Ian Happ will lead things off. Cubs with a 2-1 lead over the Braves. Happ 2 for 2 with a single, a double, and a run scored. Spencer Strider, the right-hander. High leg kick and pitch outside for ball one. That was a changeup that missed. Happ, a switch hitter, batting from the left side against the right-hander Strider. Here's the pitch. Happ looks at a strike. Bottom of the zone, right along the outside edge. Another changeup from Strider. The third baseman Alvarez playing in halfway between second and third. The pitch. Happ swings and misses at a fastball, 1-2.
Yeah, that's something that Atlanta did yesterday too, and I just don't understand the defensive positioning, what they're doing with that. It just seems a little odd, but I'm sure they got their reasons.
Happ hits a high fly ball, center field, under it Harris. He makes the catch. One away as Happ is retired.
And Mulligan Haw talk Cubs baseball in Chicago sports every weekday morning from 5:30 to 10 on 670 The Score in the Odyssey app. And I will be on this Friday. In between Bears talk, Cubs talk, we'll have it all going on Friday morning with Mully and Haw. Always enjoy my Friday mornings with a little coffee with Mike and David.
Yeah, two of the best in the business. Seiya Suzuki at the plate, and Seiya looks at a fastball for a strike. Top of the zone near the outside edge. It was all Bears today with Mully and Haw.
Yeah, I'm
both
sure of that. Yeah.
Not happy with the collapse in the second half last night. Here comes the 0-1. That's low. 1 ball and 1 strike. At the end of our ball game here, we got on the bus. Bears got a pick 6. They were up 17-6. You're thinking game over, right? Not so fast.
That's why you play the whole game. You never know.
A swing and a miss by Suzuki as he waves at a slider way off the outside, 1-2.
We have a saying in baseball, you play 27 outs.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you play.
4 quarters.
Yeah, 4 quarters, man. You play all 4 quarters.
The 1-2 by Strider. Seiya looks at a ball low. The count is 2-2. League leaders, sponsored by American Sail, bring the fun home. Aaron Judge leading the majors in batting average, hitting .322. Cal Raleigh, the home run leader, with 53. The ex-Cub Kyle Schwarber, 120 RBIs. Seiya swings and misses at a slow-moving breaking ball. Strike 3, 2 away.
Slow hook from Strider to Seiya. This one, pretty good downward depth to it. And Seiya just out in front.
So here comes the Cubs cleanup man, Pete Crow Armstrong. He's got a RBI single and a sacrifice fly tonight. The pitch. That's low and inside to PCA. 1-0 the count. Cubs with a 2-1 lead. 2 down, top of the 5th.
It's at bat. You see if Pete can take some pitches in this at bat. Gotta believe Strider's going to try to throw some pitches all around the zone, but not in the zone.
Here comes the 1-0, and that one is low and squirts past the catcher Baldwin all the way to the backstop.
Once again, slider down and in. Not a strike.
Yes, 2-0. Well, you're never quite sure the way.
I understand.
The
No,
fluid
you
zone
don't have
works.
to explain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fluid. Yeah, that's your.
It's a diplomatic way of saying it. Here comes the 2-0. And that one is swung on and missed. 2-1. Two-one comes. 2 down, top 5. Crow Armstrong waits for the 2-1 delivery. Strider deals. Out in front, a swing and a miss at a curveball, 2-2.
Good backdoor curveball there. That one catches the outside corner right at the knees. Now, if you're Pete here, just shorten up the swing and just try to shoot this ball right back where it came from. If you kind of have your sights dialed to left center, you can kind of cover a little bit of everything. Shorten up that swing.
Strider winds up and deals. That's low and inside. PCA has worked a full count. That was a fastball. Crow Armstrong on the year hitting at 253. He waits for the payoff pitch. Strider brings it. And that pitch is, I think, a strike, but it squirted past Baldwin. PCA darted for first. It's ball 4. It's low. Either way, PCA is at first base, and he would have reached first even if it was a strike. But that's ball 4, so a good plate appearance by PCA. 2 down here on the top of the 5th. 2-1 Cubs. And the batter now, Nico Horner, who's 1 for 2 with a single.
So now tonight, so we're in the 5th inning. Pete Crow Armstrong, keys to getting back on track is having these small victories. When you're a young guy and you're having some struggles, and he's also had some incredible hot moments too, right? During the season, he's got great numbers, even though he's struggled lately. But now he's had 3 positive at-bats.
He goes. Here's the pitch. It's low. The throw to second. Nowhere near in time. Stolen base for Pete Crow Armstrong. That's number 33 on the year for PCA.
That's outstanding. And that's the big key about having him on the bases is his ability to run and affect the game in a lot of different ways. You don't want him to think of being the home run guy and then lose a lot of these other aspects of his game. He steals this base easily. Stolen bases, they're powered by Turo Tire, Chicago's hometown tire. Find a dealer at Turo.com. So very nice start to this ball game for the first half for Pete Crow Armstrong.
The 1-0 delivery to Horner is a called strike. Top of the zone along the outside edge. A fastball from Strider. 1-1. PCA in scoring position at second. Horner at the plate with a 1-1 count. A long set by Strider. Now the pitch. Ground ball hits softly on the right side. Fielded by Albies. Sidearm throw to first in time to get a hustling Horner for out number 3. Crow Armstrong stranded at second. Middle 5. Cubs 2. Braves 1 on the score. The Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago. This is Matthew Boyd. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at Xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Hey folks, Coom here. Since teaming up with the fine folks at Yuengling Beer, I've heard this question a lot. Ron, how has Yuengling managed to be around for 196 years? Well, it comes down to one thing. They brew great beer. Simple as that. It takes real quality to become the oldest brewery in America, and Yuengling's been doing it right since 1829. Whether it's traditional lager, light lager, Flight by Yuengling, they all have the same commitment to flavor and craftsmanship. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, official beer of the Cubs Radio Network, DG Yuengling & Sons, Pottsville, PA.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, a leader in comprehensive orthopedic care. Visit IBJI.com for locations.
Bottom of the fifth here in Atlanta. Game 2 of a 3-game set between the Cubs and Braves. Tonight it's the Cubs with a 2-1 lead over Atlanta as we begin the Braves half of the fifth. This Sunday, September 14th, the Cubs take on the Rays at 1:20 in the afternoon. Up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans will receive a Bill Murray bobblehead as Kate Horton starts off. Michael Harris, line shot, caught by a diving Swanson on the edge of the outfield grass right behind second. I'm not sure if that almost took a piece out of Kate Horton, who had to duck out of the way, but an excellent play. Diving to his left by Swanson, one away.
Now, they've seen this a lot through the years in Atlanta, and this is the old chuck and duck. and then Dansby with a great diving catch right over the second base bag. Doesn't get much better.
Another hard hit ball, diving knockdown by Nico on the edge of the outfield grass with the backhand behind second. But safe at first is Ronald Acuna Jr. Infield single with one away here in the last of the fifth for the Braves. 2-1 Cubs the score.
If I were Cade, I'd throw it in a different spot. Some last two been coming back at him hot. That one almost blew his boot off.
I love that term. Jake Fraley at the plate. Here's the pitch. Fraley looks at a ball off the outside. A changeup that missed, so he did go with a different pitch.
There you go. That's a smart guy.
1-0 the count. By the way, the first out brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming. 1 on, 1 out for Atlanta here in the last of the fifth. Cubs up by 1. Righty-lefty matchup with Fraley at the plate. Horton deals. Fouled out of play off to the left. So let me continue reading this, by the way.
Fire away.
So September 14th, Cubs Rays 1:20 in the afternoon. Up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans receive a Bill Murray bobblehead. Yes, that Bill Murray, presented by Coca-Cola. Be here for it. Visit Cubs.com/tickets. The pitch. Fraley takes a strike changeup right at the bottom of the zone.
Now, of all the things Billy has, I wonder if he's got a bobblehead. And then the other thing I wonder is what in the world would they be dressing him in to have a bobblehead at Wrigley Field? Oh, my God.
That's part of the fun. You can find out Sunday,
yes.
September 14th. Acuna being held on at first by Bush. 1-2 the count. Acuna goes, stops. The pitch is up high. And Kelly was thinking about throwing a snap throw to first. Didn't do it. 2-2 the count.
Well, with the left-handed hitter up, you're kind of blocked out, and Acuna takes off. Kelly hears he's going. He's ready to throw to second, and then you really don't see the runner. Acuna went back to first.
He's not going here. This is a line drive down the right field line fair. It drops in for a base hit. Acuna on his way to third base, and the Braves have men at the corners with just one away here in the bottom of the fifth inning with Nacho Alvarez Jr. due up.
Now Fraley dumps this pitch. I think this is a changeup, but it's not exactly where he wants it. He wants this pitch down and away, and it's inside and up, and Fraley just hooks this ball down the line. And now you're either looking for the punch out or strikeout, or punch out or a ground ball. See if he can turn two.
So Alvarez digs in, right-handed batter. The Braves have men at the corners with just one away here in the bottom of the fifth. Cubs 2, Braves 1. Horton looks at third. That's where Acuna is. Now he kicks and fires inside to Alvarez, 1-0. Missed with a fastball.
All opponents' pitching change. They're sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs. Leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit Sloan.com.
Middle infielders at double play depth. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Alvarez looks at a strike. A slow-moving breaking ball that just nipped the top of the zone.
How about the catch of the game, sponsored by Catch Des Moines? Discover the weekend getaways in Des Moines where only the S's are silent. Find all the fun at CatchDesMoines.com. That play by Dansby to start this inning.
Here's the 1-1. That's low and outside. 2-1 on Alvarez. Yeah, that was a great diving catch to his left on the edge of the outfield grass to rob Michael Harris II.
Yeah, about as good as it gets. They've seen that in Atlanta a few times.
No kidding. Now, the 2-1. Alvarez bloops one to short, drifting back and making the catch on the edge of the outfield grass. Swanson, that's as good as a strikeout. 2 away.
A little slider from Horton and fools Alvarez. Check swing and hits it on the end of the bat. And just a little check swing bloop right out to Dansby. So 2 outs now here in the inning. See if he can get out of this inning. Possibly a strikeout or get him a ground ball.
Jurickson Profar, 1 for 2 tonight. A pop out and an RBI single in the third. 2-1 Cubs over the Braves. 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th inning, but Atlanta threatening with men at the corners. Righty-lefty matchup. Now the pitch. Profar swings and misses. A curveball low, 0-1. Swanson, the shortstop, playing up the middle just to the left of the second base bag. Shaw playing behind the third base bag, wide. Horton sets at the belt. Now deals. Profar hits a high fly ball, medium range left, angling toward the line. Happ, he's under it and makes the catch for out number 3 as Horton works into and out of the jam. The Braves leave 2 after 5. Cubs 2, Atlanta 1 on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cub fans, Craig Counsell here. Pat and Ron call every game on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Over 25 years ago, Invesco QQQ rethought the investing landscape by providing access to NASDAQ's 100 most innovative companies, all in one ETF. What's ahead for the next 25 years? Could it be flying cars, neural implants, electric planes? Nobody knows for sure. But one thing's for certain, you can gain access to that progress with Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco QQQ is the proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
There are risks when investing in ETFs, including possible loss of money. ETFs risks are similar to those of stocks. Investments in the tech sector are subject to greater risk and more volatility than more diversified investments. The NASDAQ 100 Index comprises the 100 largest non-financial companies on the NASDAQ. You can't invest directly into an index. Before investing, consider the fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. Visit Invesco.com for a prospectus containing this information. Read it carefully before investing. Invesco is not affiliated with the Chicago Cubs. Invesco Distributors, Inc.
Future You is using their rapid rewards for their next vacation. All thanks to Present You signing up with Southwest Airlines, where you earn points every time you fly. Because what's the point of points that Future You can't use? And since your rapid rewards points don't expire, you can save up for that big trip. Get ready to reward Future You with a future flight. Sign up for Rapid Rewards today and redeem your points on any seat, any day, anytime. Only at Southwest. All Rapid Rewards rules and regulations apply and can be found at southwest.com/RR terms.
James Hardie Building Products knows how important your home is. That's why they're rated the #1 brand of siding in North America. James Hardie is proud to sponsor the Cubs. James Hardie Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
Well, let's see what's on tap here in the 6th inning, sponsored by Flight by Yuengling. Next generation of light beer. There's not been a home run hit in this ballgame. This would be a good inning for the Cubs to launch one here. Carson Kelly can definitely do it here, Z.
Spencer Strider deals, and Kelly looks at a ball up high, 1-0. Coom, I'm going to go a step further. It's never a bad time for the Cubs to launch one. Kelly's got 3 home runs over his last 7 games, so he's a really good candidate. Here comes the 1-0 delivery by Strider, and Kelly looks at a ball that apparently missed inside. 2-0 the count. That was a borderline pitch, 95-mile-per-hour heater from Strider. Cubs with a 2-1 lead here in the top of the 6th inning. Game 2 of a 3-game set against the Braves at Truist Park. The pitch. Kelly looks at a strike. Fastball. on the inside edge, thigh high, 95 miles per hour, 2-1 the count. Kelly's 0 for 2, flat out to deep center in the first, and then struck out swinging in the third. Now he swings, and it's a high fly ball to left. Profar going back near the track. Now coming in, makes the catch near the corner for out number 1 as Kelly's retired.
Near miss, get a little breaking ball away and got it just off the end of the bat enough to keep it in the ballpark for the first out here in the 6th.
So here comes Willie Castro, tonight's right fielder. He's 0 for 2, switch hitter batting from the left side against the right-hander Strider. 2-1 Cubs with 1 down in the top of the 6th. The pitch. Castro loops one past Olsen in a right field for a base hit.
That's the Cubs need, and so does Castro. The Cubs need to get him heated up. He's going to be getting quite a bit of playing time with Tucker on the shelf now with that calf. And, boy, you'd love to see Willie. You know, he's a fast guy. He can do some things on the bases. And he has been a very productive hitter through the years. So the Cubs love to get him heated up.
Castro with 10 stolen bases. He's at first, being held on by Olsen. Dansby Swanson at the plate, and the pitch. Swanson fouls it away out of play, off to the right. 0-1 the count. Matt Shaw on deck. Who's on deck is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Talked about Kyle Tucker. With him, Cubs averaging nearly 5 runs per game. Without him, Cubs are averaging fewer than 4.5 runs per game as that pitch misses low, a slider. 1-1 on Swanson. And the Cubs, for the most part, have been relatively healthy when it comes to their everyday players. Now the 1-1. Swanson looks the ball low and outside. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, Tuck, he kind of thought he was going to be back, you know, in the next day or so, and had a full workout yesterday, and the recovery from yesterday to today did not go nearly as well as it had the last few days.
Swanson looks at strike 2 near the bottom of the zone on the outside edge. 2-2 the count.
And that's the one thing. Not that you're playing a guy down because the expanded roster, but you just want to keep options, right? You just can't do it so counts. And the Cubs put him on the injured list, and that will be retroactive to his last ball game.
Throw to first, and they pick off Castro. Tag applied by Olsen. Let's see if the Cubs elect to challenge this. Greg Counsell saying hold on. Bench coach Ryan Flaherty on the phone with the Cubs replay man Alex Smith. The Cubs will not challenge. Pick off 1-3, 2 away.
Castro, I think, was going, and yeah, they got him. Good pickoff throw, good tag by Olsen.
So Swanson at the plate with 2 down and a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swanson swings and misses. Strike 3. Got him with a blazing 96-mile-per-hour fastball. And that ends the top half of the 6th inning. Middle 6, Cubs 2, Braves 1. On the score, Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday on Rahimi and Harris with Mark Brody, 10-2 on the score.
Experience design you feel in every detail, and technology as innovative as it is effortless with Buick. These are luxuries you don't have to wait for. This is Buick now. Buick, exceptional by design. Well-qualified buyers get 0.9% APR financing on 2025 Buick models. Plus, current eligible non-GM owners and lessees get $3,000 purchase allowance on Encore GX, $1,000 purchase allowance on Envision, $250 purchase allowance on Envista, and $500 purchase allowance on Enclave. Must be a current owner of a 2011 model year or newer non-GM vehicle, or a current lessee of a 2020 model year or newer non-GM vehicle for at least 30 days prior to new vehicle sale. Length of contract limited. Some customers will not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 9/30/25.
Here's a club you want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings could up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Hefty Trash Bags, the official trash bags of the Chicago Cubs. Hefty, ultra-strong trash bags resist rips, tears, and leaks. Strength that's anything but ordinary.
Hefty. Bottom 6 in Atlanta. The lights have taken full effect here at Truist Park. Cubs with a 2-1 lead over the Braves. Cade Horton back out on the mound. Matt Olson at the plate. Left-handed hitting slugger. Here's the pitch. Olson looks at a strike fastball on the outside edge. 0-1 the count. Horton facing home plate. Here's the pitch. That one misses low and outside. 1-1. Another fastball. Cade has now thrown 67 pitches tonight. The next one is off the outside. 2-1.
He's been very economical. He's been, at the end of the day, if you're an Atlanta hitter and he keeps throwing strike one, strike two, you got to start swinging.
Olson swings and pops it foul out of play. Second deck off to the left. 2-2.
And that's what he's doing. Once again, he's ahead in the count. This time only 2-2, but there's been a lot of 0-1, 0-2, 1-2 counts.
Called strike 3. Fastball near the bottom of the zone. On the outer half, gets Olson looking. One away. The first out brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming.
That's that little short arm swing, and he paints the outside corner with that fastball. Olson expecting something off speed, and he throws 96 on the outside corner.
Ozzie Albies stands in. The pitch is up high for ball 1. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Albies has been lights out against the Cubs in his career. He swings, and it's a pop fly, shallow right. Coming in is Castro, and he makes the running catch. Nico Horner was drifting back, and Castro was screaming, "I got it." And he did. 2 away.
Good job by Castro taking control of that play to get the out short right.
So 2 away, and now the batter is Drayton Baldwin, cleanup man for Atlanta. Cubs with a 2-1 lead here in the last of the 6th. This date in baseball history is brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com as Baldwin looks at a strike fastball near the top of the zone. 0-1. Now's the time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. Horton kicks and fires. Baldwin taps one up the middle. A charging Horner fields across the body throw in time to get Baldwin for out number 3. 2-1 Cubs after 6 on the score at the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, Owen Casey. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, welcome to Everything Outdoors. Can I help you find anything?
Hey, yeah. Can you point us to the camping gear?
Sure. Aisle 2.
How about fly fishing? Just bought a new Nissan Pathfinder, and we're ready to get back to it.
Aisle 7.
Snowboarding? Our Pathfinder's got intelligent 4x4, and we want to hit the backcountry.
Oh, aisle 18.
And where are the boats?
Back of the store, but are you sure you can do all this?
Oh, yeah. Up to 6,000 pounds towing. We're good to go. Oh, where's the scuba department?
Return to rugged in the 2025 Nissan Pathfinder. Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, or Murano. Shop your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com. Available intelligent 4x4 cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. Towing capability varies by configuration. See owner's manual for important safety information. For well-qualified buyers, example 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand finance. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 9/30/25.
Hey, it's David Hoffer, Chef IQ. You know the feeling when you're about to cut into a juicy steak and hope it tastes as perfect as it looks? That sounds delicious. Worry no more. The Chef IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates undercooking or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat, whether on a stovetop, oven, or grill. The probe is inserted into your food, connected wirelessly to an app. Once you select your desired doneness, the app alerts you when to take the steaks off the grill or the turkey out of the oven. It's that simple. Order one now on chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
We're gearing up for another season, and you can too at Suits 2020 in Niles. More than just suits, casual wear, sportswear, and more. Suits 2020, the latest fashions at the lowest prices.
Cubs.
Top of the seventh inning here in Atlanta. Cubs up 2-1. This seventh inning is sponsored by the new Volvo XC90, designed for life. And also, Z, hardest working player of the game today, brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a boss. And that's got to be Cade Horton. 6 innings, 2 punch-outs, 4 hits, only 1 run. So he'll be our hardest working player of the game.
75 pitches thrown, a quality start. Got to figure his night is done. Dylan Lee is the new man on the mound for the Braves. The left-hander starts off Max Shaw with a strike. Fastball right down the middle, 0-1 the count. Lee, the left-hander, takes over for the starter Spencer Strider, who had a quality start of his own. The 0-1, Shaw hits it foul at the plate. 0-2. Strider went 6 innings, giving up just 2 runs on 6 hits, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. Cubs with a 2-1 lead over the Braves here in the top of the 7th. I'm guessing Strider is not going to grow the mustache back after his performance tonight.
No, that one's just going to be a distant memory. He keeps throwing the way he's through tonight.
Now the pitch. That one's in the dirt, 1-2. Slider that missed. With Shaw at the plate. So we were talking about this date in baseball history. September 9th, 1988. Bruce Sutter joined Raleigh Fingers and the Goose. Rich Gossage is the only players to save 300 games as Atlanta beat San Diego 5-4 in 11 innings. The pitch, Shaw bounces one on the left side, charging the shortstop. Kim backhands and throws to first in time to get Shaw 1 away.
Bruce Sutter, one of the great all-time Cubs. Pitched for St. Louis and Atlanta. 300 saves.
Yeah, it was the last save of Sutter's career. So 1 down here in the top of the 7th. Cubs 2, Braves 1. The batter, Michael Busch. Pitch. This is a called strike. Fastball, outer half at the top of the zone. Lefty-lefty matchup with Lee on the hill. Here's the 0-1. That's up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lee on the year is 2-4 with a 3.39 ERA in 66 appearances. And the 1-1 is a called strike. Another fastball, 1-2. Cubs have activity in their bullpen. You mentioned Cade Horton. He's thrown 75 pitches tonight. The veteran right-hander Andrew Kittredge has started warming up for the Cubs. The pitch. Busch swings and misses. Strike 3, got him with a slider. 2 away.
And the Cubs had Thielbar just starting to warm up just in case for that bottom half of the 6th. That went 1, 2, 3. He gets sat down. So Kittredge now warming up. He will get the 7th. Cubs are trying, as you said, Z, to monitor the number of pitches per game by Horton, just, to keep his usage down a little bit. And, 75, 80 pitches about where they're going to top out with him, until maybe playoff time. But, he's doing a dang good job with his 75 pitches, I'll tell you that.
Very efficient. Ian Happ at the plate. He swings and misses. So the count is 1-1. 2 away here in the top of the 7th. 2-1 the score. Cubs with the lead. Now the pitch. Happ breaks his back. Ground ball hit on the right side. Fielded by Albies. Sidearm throw to first in time. And that ends the top of the 7th. As Happ grounds out. Time to stretch in Atlanta. Cubs 2, Braves 1. This is the score. Southwest Airlines, Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Spiegel and Holmes on your ride home. Afternoons 2 to 6 on the Score.
The President's Cup is coming to Medina Country Club September 22nd through 27th, 2026. Join us as the top U.S. and international PGA Tour players compete for their country. Tickets are on sale now at presidentscup.com.
At Wintrust, our approach lets Cubs fans show their pride anytime, anywhere. With the Cubs debit card from Wintrust Community Banks, you don't just swipe, you make a statement. It's like a megaphone for your wallet, broadcasting Cubs pride with every transaction. Visit wintrust.com/Cubs to choose an eligible account and score your Cubs debit card. That's wintrust.com/Cubs. Wintrust, different approach, better results. Cubs debit card is not available at all Wintrust Community Banks charters. Member FDIC.
Mind the signs, avoid the fines. Can you respect the zone? Head to itsnotagameillinois.com to test your skills in our retro arcade game.
Is your business's pavement showing signs of wear and tear? Patriot Pavement Maintenance specializes in simplifying pavement maintenance and construction for industrial, commercial, and educational clients throughout Illinois. Based in Wheeling with over 30 years of experience, they provide asphalt paving, seal coating, concrete repair, and non-toxic solutions to protect and enhance your surfaces. Call 847-813-9034 or visit patriotpavement.net for a proposal. Patriot Pavement Maintenance. Pavement maintenance and construction made simple. patriotpavement.net.
You deserve a car that thrills you. And Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today.
So we thought Cade Horton's night was done. Not so. He's back out on the mound to begin the last of the seventh here in Atlanta. Cubs with a 2-1 lead over the Braves. Ha-Sung Kim at the plate. Horton has thrown 75 pitches, number 76 on the way. And it's a fastball for a strike near the top of the zone to Kim, 0-1.
Well, it's been a very stress-free night for him. There hasn't been a lot of traffic. He's, thrown exceptionally well.
The next pitch, foul back off the screen, 0-2 on Kim.
And maybe they're looking at more of an 85 number instead of a 75 number. We'll see how this seventh inning goes for Horton.
Horton faces home plate. He spins and delivers. The 0-2 is inside, backing Kim off the plate with a fastball, 1-2.
But even once again, how many times you think you said counts 1-2, 0-2, 2-2 all night long?
And the pitch. Foul back by Kim, 1-2. For as long as they've been playing baseball and get ahead in the count, you're going to have a good night.
Yeah, no doubt.
If you're the pitcher.
Yeah.
Horton with the high leg kick and pitch. And this one is pulled foul off the netting to the left by Kim. Way out in front of a breaking ball. 1-2.
All reviews in this game, they're sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Second opinion's always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
Here comes the 1-2 delivery. Low and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes with Kim at the plate.
Tough play of the game tonight. How about the play by Shaw at third coming in on that chopper? That's sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough.
The 2-2. Kim swings, lines one to left. Right there, Happ makes the catch. Almost down to one knee. One away as Kim is retired. The first out brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming.
You keep throwing him strikes. You keep throwing him at him balls. And that one's a line drive, but right at Ian. Easy play for him.
So here's Michael Harris II, who hit a screaming line drive over Horton's head that was caught on a beautiful diving catch to his left on the outfield grass by the shortstop Swanson his last time up. Curveball low to Harris. 1-0 the count. Left-handed batter. Horton winds and deals. And this one is fisted foul off the netting to the left. 1-1. We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. Here comes the 1-1. Low, change up. So the next pitch by Horton will be number 86. Here it comes. That's low. 3 balls and a strike.
I would guess if he does not get Harris here, that'll be the end of his night. Kittredge has got to be ready in the pen, I would guess.
Ground ball hit the second. Oh, it takes a wicked hop. That's past Horner in a right center field for a base hit.
That's one of those balls I think Nico's going to say I should have had it. And it takes that hop, and he just doesn't feel it. His ball's scalded at him. Gets kind of a funky hop, goes into right field, and just what we thought. There comes Craig Counsell.
So the Cubs are going to make a pitching change here. Counsell clapping his hands as he walks up the mound, asks for the baseball, gets it from the rookie right-hander Cade Horton, whose night is done. What a start for Cade. He leaves with a man at first and one away here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Cubs with a 2-1 lead. Pitching changes by the Cubs are sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Let's take a break. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans. It's Pete Crow Armstrong. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you've got a gas-powered engine, keep it running like new at every fill-up. Stable in-season protection is your engine's preventative medicine, cleaning and protecting the entire fuel system in season. In outdoor power equipment, prevent gum and varnish buildup that could cause a rough or non-running engine. For cars and trucks, increase fuel efficiency and power by removing deposits, ensuring your engine's long-term health. Stable outperforms the competition in independent lab testing. So at every fill-up, start with Stable.
Andrew Kittredge, the new man on the mound for the Cubs. They've got a 2-1 lead over the Braves, 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk on Rahimi and Harris with Mark Grody, 10 a.m. to 2 on The Score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman in for Pat. Last of the seventh here at Truist Park in Atlanta. Cubs 2, Braves 1. 1 on, 1 out. Ronald Acuna Jr. at the plate. Veteran right-hander Andrew Kittredge now pitching. Works on the first base side of the rubber. He leans back and deals. And his first pitch misses. Slider off the outside, so the count is 1-0. Whom Kittredge as a Cub, 15 games, 2-1 with a 3.86 ERA.
Well, I'd love to throw a little slider here and get a ground ball. One hopper to short. Be ideal.
Acuna fouls it away out of play off to the right, 1-1. Harris with good speed at first base. 16 stolen bases this year, being held on by Bush. Big hole on the right side of the infield. A long set, now the 1-1. Acuna takes a ball low, a slider that missed. 2-1.
Kittredge in his set position when he comes set after leaning back is not in a very good position to throw to first base at all. But he is very quick to the plate, so that's what combats some of that because he slide steps to the plate.
Inside to Acuna. It's now 3-1. Missed with a fastball. Kittredge peers in. Takes a peek at first. Now leans back. Works his motion. The 3-1. A bouncing ball hit to first. Knocked down by Bush. Picks it up. Steps on the bag. That's his only play. Acuna is retired. 2 away. Moving to second on the play. Harris.
I know Michael, he's like, if I catch this ball, it's going to be a double play. But as we've talked about, the hardest play for an infielder, a corner infielder, is that ball sliced at you from the opposite side hitter. So if you're at first, it's the right-handed hitter smoking that ball at you. Or if you're the third baseman, it's the left-hander. Michael couldn't catch it cleanly, got the out. Let the runner advance as a second.
So Jake Fraley at the plate looks at a fastball inside, 1-0. Fraley is a left-handed batter. Kittredge, the right-hander, on the mound. The tying run at second, and Harris with 2 away. The pitch. Fraley fouls it back out of play, 1-1.
Fraley, a pretty good swing at that high fastball.
We're in the bottom of the seventh inning. Cubs with a 2-1 lead, the middle game of a 3-game set. Here comes the 1-1. Fraley fouls it back off the screen. Another fastball near the top of the zone by Kittredge.
There's no doubt what Fraley's trying to do. He's up there hacking away. He's looking to give Atlanta the lead. He's trying to hit one in the seats.
1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Fraley with 6 home runs on the year. Stocky left-handed batter. Here's the pitch. It's low. 2-2. Slider from Kittredge. Takes his glove off, rubs the baseball, puts the glove back on. Holds the ball by his side, puts it in the glove, sets near the belt. And the pitch. Called strike 3. Slider that spun into the zone right near the bottom. He catches Fraley looking, and Harris stranded at second base. That ends the 7th inning. The Cubs with a 2-1 lead over the Braves. On the score, and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs fans, Ian Happ here. Pat and Ron call every game on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
It started with one car 70 years ago when the first Volvo car arrived in the U.S. Since, Volvo has helped redefine safety. From the 3-point safety belt to side impact airbags, a whiplash protection system, and blind spot assist, innovations that have saved millions of lives and made summer memories safer for generations. Celebrate 70 years of safety. Visit your local retailer for the Summer Safely bonus event going on now.
It's time for Trash Day Nose Yoga with Hefty. Let's transform stinky scenarios with a joyful scent of Fabuloso. Inhale. You forgot to empty your kid's lunchbox. Exhale. A field of lavender. Inhale. Stinky leftovers. Exhale. Watermelon in the summer. That's the power of Hefty Ultra Strong Trash Bags with Fabuloso.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. You bet on the team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Illinois. T&Cs apply.
Save time every time for a great haircut. Just download the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
2-1 Cubs, top of the 8th inning here in Atlanta. And this 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids, 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K. To donate your car today, Z.
Alexis Diaz is the new man on the mound, a right-hander for Atlanta. Cubs with a 2-1 lead as we begin the 8th inning. Seiya Suzuki at the plate. Here's the pitch, and Suzuki looks at a ball inside. Fastball clocked at 95 miles per hour. So 1-0 the count with Seiya at the plate. The next pitch by Diaz. Inside, backing Seiya. Off the plate again, it's 2-0. Suzuki is the Cubs' designated hitter tonight. I've been waiting to read this for a while. Here's the pitch by Diaz. It's a called strike. Slider that spins into the zone. About thigh high on the inner half. Designated hitters for the Cubs are sponsored by Fireplace and Chimney Authority. Book now, burn later, and skip the rush. Seiya taps one right in front of home plate. Fair ball fielded by the catcher Baldwin, and his throw to first is in time to get Suzuki one away. Cade Horton with a quality start tonight, Coombe. Quality starts by Cubs pitcher, sponsored by Benjamin Moore. Start your next project with quality paints from Benjamin Moore, official paint of the Chicago Cubs. Can't say enough about Cade. He went 6 1/3 this evening, Coombe. 1 run on 4 hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, that ERA keeps going down.
Pete Crow Armstrong at the plate. He looks at a strike.
Pretty amazing. He's, great fastball today, good slider. Threw a few changeups, some good ones. Just another great outing by Cade.
Pitch up high to PCA, 1-1 the count. He threw 87 pitches tonight. And the ERA, I'm doing the quick math in my head. No, I'm not. I'm looking at the computer. It's 2.70, which is ultra impressive. Here's the 1-1. This is swung on and fouled into the glove of Baldwin, 1-2. Diaz, high leg kick and pitch, way outside. He's on his third major league team this season. Started the year with Cincinnati. Played 9 games with the Dodgers, and now he's with the Braves. The pitch. That one hits PCA. Where'd it get him?
I think it got him in the lower leg. I'm not sure which one.
PCA spun up in the air after getting hit. Taking a look at the replay now. Got him in the foot, right? Back foot.
Yep. Yeah, got him in the left big toe area. Saying he's okay, so maybe it got more of the spike than it did his foot. He's had some issues here lately with getting.
He goes. The pitch low and outside. Throw to second. Nowhere near in time. I think he's okay.
Yeah.
Give PCA another stolen base. Second of the night. That's 34 on the year.
Oh, he didn't even get his running glove on, and he was gone. Yeah, I guess that thing's irrelevant. I see a red streak with a tail going down there. He didn't have it zipped up yet, but beep, beep, and there he is at second base.
What was that?
You heard it.
Here's the pitch to Nico Horner. Low and outside. It's 2-0.
Stolen bases by the Cubs. They're sponsored by Turo Tire, Chicago's hometown tire. Find a dealer at Turo.com.
Horner waits. Here's the pitch. And Nico looks at a ball that apparently missed high and inside. I say apparently because, at least on the box that we have in front of us, it did not miss. So Nico catches a break. 3-0 the count. Let's see if the Cubs can take advantage. Here's the pitch. That's a called strike. Fastball did appear to be exactly in the same spot. I'm not even exaggerating.
No,
exactly the same spot.
Yeah, I would agree.
Top of the zone right along the inside edge. Horner waits for the 3-1. Here it comes. That's inside, ball 4. So the Cubs have something cooking here against Alexis Diaz and the Braves. Men at first and second, just one away in the top of the 8th. Cubs 2, Braves 1, and Carson Kelly 2 up.
Hey, you get a lot of options now. Kelly has swung the bat pretty well here as of late, especially with the long ball. But if Diaz isn't going to pay attention to Pete at second, well, you got 2 guys that can really run.
Diaz delivers, and Kelly looks at a strike, a slider on the inside right near the bottom of the zone, 0-1.
Diaz very slow to the plate with that high leg kick with Pete at second.
Excellent speed on the bases for the Cubs with PCA at second and Nico at first. Here comes the pitch. Kelly dribbles it foul right near home plate. Up the third baseline, 0-2. The Cubs are right in the meat of the order. Coom presented by Chef IQ Sense. Never under or overcook your food again. Purchase now at chefiq.com. Speaking of which, the people at Truist Park have taken care of us. We've eaten well over the first 2 games of the series. The pitch, called strike 3. A fastball, knee high right along the inside edge. Kelly's retired 2 away.
Yeah, this ball just barely clips the inside corner. Borderline pitch, could have went either way. Kelly, no comment at all for CB Buckner as he just takes the walk home to the dugout.
All right, so here's Willie Castro, singled his last time up. 2 on, 2 out for the Cubs. The pitch. Way outside, 1-0. Cubs with a 2-1 lead over the Braves here in the top half of the 8th inning. You can never have enough insurance, especially since the Cubs are without their closer, Daniel Palencia. The pitch. And a high fly ball down the right field line. In foul territory now, Olsen giving chase, but this one is in the stands. Foul ball.
Hey, Olsen went a long way to go get that ball. He's way down the line. He's closer to the 325 sign than he was to first base. Right? I mean, he was way down there.
Yeah, he was probably 90 feet away from...
Good job of covering some ground by the big first baseman.
90 feet away from the foul pole there in right. So 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. An awkward check swing and a miss, 1-2. Crow Armstrong at second, Horner at first. 2 on the score. Cubs with the lead. 2 away here in the top of the 8th. Castro calls time, steps out of the box. Now digs in. Red batting gloves on each hand, white shoes. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the power-throwing right-hander Alexis Diaz. The pitch. That one misses outside, 2-2. Fastball at 95 mph.
Right now, this one needs a little outfield grass, a little base hit here from Castro to give the Cubs an insurance run.
The pitch is low and outside. Castro has worked a full count.
Yeah, last pitch by Diaz, not even close. That one bounced in the other batter's box. Diaz a little frustrated with himself that was really non-competitive pitch. See if Castro can get a fastball here and get him a base hit.
The runners will be going. Crow Armstrong at second, Horner at first. Full count. Castro waits. The pitch. That's way inside. Ball 4. And the Cubs have loaded the bases here in the 8th with 2 away. And Dansby Swanson due up.
Boy, last 2 pitches, not even close. Not even, where you could possibly get a check swing or anything. So now that gives the Cubs a chance at a base hit here to score 2 with the speed they got on the bases.
Dansby's had a rough night at the plate so far, 0 for 3. All swinging strikeouts. Diaz delivers way outside for ball 1. Baldwin had to lunge with the backhand for that ball out of his crouch to catch it.
Looking down in that Atlanta dugout, Kranitz, their pitching coach, he just hopped up onto the stairs. One more of those, and he'll be out there for a visit.
Cubs have the bases loaded. 2 down. Kumir in the top of the 8th. Crow Armstrong at third. Horner at second. Castro at first. Swanson at the plate. 2 on the score. Cubs with the lead, looking for some big-time insurance here. Righty-righty matchup with Diaz on the hill. The pitch. Dansby hits it foul at the plate, and that one took a bite out of the catcher, Baldwin.
Little breaking ball, outer third, about mid-thigh. Dansby with a big swing, just out in front, just kind of pulling off that last pitch.
And it hammered Baldwin right at the top of the shin guard, but got more flesh, the right hip. He's okay. The 1-1. Way outside. 2-1 the count on Swanson.
I just don't know if Diaz can throw enough strikes before he throws 4 balls. He has missed. When he's missed by feet, not by inches.
Bases loaded for the Cubs. 2 away. The pitch. That's inside. 3-1.
This would be a take for me. 3-1. You got, bases loaded, and he's missed the strike zone. He's thrown 1 strike, but the rest of them have all missed by quite a bit. This is really going to be a take.
Here comes the 3-1. Way outside. Ball 4. Cubs had another run. Give Swanson an RBI as PCA comes across. It's now 3-1 Cubs here in the 8th. Bases loaded walk for Dansby Swanson.
Well, hit by pitch, a walk to Horner, a walk to Castro, and now a walk to Swanson, and that'll be the end of the day. Boy, that's something.
Yeah, Brian Snitker asking for the baseball, gets it from Diaz, and the Braves are going to make a pitching change here in the top half of the 8th inning. Cubs have already scored once in this frame. They've still got the bases loaded, and Matt Shaw due up. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents are sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit sloan.com. 3-1 Cubs in the 8th on the score, and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Every strikeout and home run is heard right here on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet, it means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on OpenSignal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
29-year-old right-hander Connor Seabold is the new man on the mound for the Braves. Cubs have already scored once here in this top half of the 8th inning. They got a 3-1 lead over Atlanta. Dansby Swanson moments ago drawing a bases-loaded walk for the insurance run. And the Cubs are still threatening. Bases still loaded. Matt Shaw will dig in. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Seabold, 6'2", 190 pounds. This is just his second game with the Braves. Started the year with the Rays. Here's the pitch. Shaw swings and misses at a slider. 0-1.
And here's where with 2 outs, Cubs need a big swing of the bat. They're up 3-1. And you really need this ball game. And if just base hit by Shaw would break this game open.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Shaw, big rip and a miss. He fouled that one into the glove of the catcher, Baldwin. So 0-2 the count. Cubs trying to stop a 3-game losing streak. They have not lost 4 in a row at any point this season. Bases loaded, 2 away. Shaw at the plate with an 0-2 count. Seabold deals. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Shaw on the year hitting at .224. He's got 11 home runs. Nico Horner is at third base. Willie Castro at second. Dansby Swanson at first. The 0-2. Shaw pulls one on the ground, foul off to the left. Count remains 0-2. Seabold leans in. Acknowledges the sign from Baldwin. Straightens up. Third base side of the rubber. Sets at the belt. Now the 0-2. Low and outside. Missed with a slider. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Outfield playing. Shaw exactly straight away. Not very deep.
Now the 1-2. Line drive, smoked in the center. It drops in for a base hit. 2 runs are going to score. The throw goes to third and gets past the third baseman, Alvarez. Swanson's going to score. 3 runs come in. Shaw ends up at second base. And it's a 6-1 lead for the Cubs here in the 8th.
Now, sometimes you just need good things to happen for you. A mistake. This is a 1-2 pitch right in the middle of the plate. And Shaw smokes it up the middle. 2 runs are going to score. Dansby keeps going to third to draw the throw. And because of that, the throw goes into third, and Alvarez, third base, just doesn't catch the hop. It goes past him. And Dansby just scores with the ball going towards the Cubs dugout.
6-1 Cubs. Shaw at second. Michael Busch at the plate, and he swings and misses. And a changeup, 0-1. So give Shaw a 2-run single. Another run comes home on an error. Shaw advances to second on the play. Busch waits. The 0-1. Tap foul off to the right. In the hole, 0-2.
I would assume they'll probably give that error to the center fielder, Harris. But being an infielder, that's the third baseman's mistake. He's got to catch that ball.
Busch waits. Seabold delivers the 0-2. It's in called strike 3. Flip the top of the zone right along the inside edge. An emphatic call by C.B. Buckner. That ends the 8th inning, but the Cubs score 4 times to take a 6-1 lead over the Braves as we head to the last of the 8th. On the score, Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday on Rahimi and Harris with me, Mark Grody, 10-2 on the score.
Where do the Cubs shop to celebrate a big win? Binny's Beverage Depot. Binny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Change is always happening. But no matter what changes in 5 years, there's one thing that will stay the same: the price of your internet. With the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Sloan has been providing restroom products at Wrigley Field for 111 years, and we're proud to now expand into the concourse with our brand new bottle fillers that provide clean drinking water for Cubs fans all season long. Learn more at sloan.com.
With America's best lineup of hybrids from Hyundai, you get the best of both worlds, like the reliable and efficient Tucson Hybrid, backed by America's best warranty. The Hyundai Tucson Hybrid. It's the best of both worlds.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for $239 a month or get 1.99% APR on the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Offers end September 30th. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
There's nothing quite like local. That's why AARP is local, offering free events that can help with finances, family, and fun. Find your local event at aarp.org/IL.
The out-of-town scoreboard sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Bottom of the 8th here in Atlanta. Cubs 6, Braves 1. Nacho Alvarez Jr. looks at a strike from the new Cubs left-hander, Caleb Thielbar. The Guardians, a 2-0 win over the Royals. Joey Cantillo, 8+ scoreless innings for the victory as Thielbar delivers, and Alvarez looks at strike 2. And there's a slow-moving breaking ball that spun in the zone. After 10, Pirates and Orioles tied at 2 at Camden Yards. The Nationals all over the Marlins, 7-2. Bottom of the 9th inning, Josh Bell, a 3-run home run. The 0-2, Alvarez lines one foul off to the left. The ball boy make a one-handed grab with the mitt while holding his little stool with the other hand. Yeah, he did. Excellent play by the ball boy, and he winked at the camera.
Yeah.
That's a star in the making. Now the 0-2. Alvarez fouls it back out of play. Other action around the majors. The Phillies all over the Mets, 9-3, top of the 9th. Guess who hit home run number 50 tonight?
Oh, there you go. Schwartz with 50 home runs on the year. Congratulations to him. That is a big, big number.
Alvarez hits a one-hopper to short, fielded belt high by Swanson. Sidearm throw to first in time. One away. The first out brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming. You said something really interesting yesterday when talking about Schwarber. As you figured, it was only a matter of time before he'd get to 50 this year. That when you hit 50 home runs, it's almost like having two players in one.
Yeah. I mean, he's, what is he, 50 and 120?
Yeah,
121?
Yeah.
Right? Think of that. Cut that in half, both of them.
Jerickson Profar at the plate. He has to skip out of the way from an inside curveball from Thielbar, 1-0.
Right? 25?
Yeah. That'll never go out of style. Aaron Judge hit his 44th home run tonight for the Yankees, but they're down big. Tigers 11-2 in the Bronx. As this one is hit to deep left, but playable for Happ, who backs up and makes the catch short of the track for out number 2. After 7 innings of play in New York, Tigers 11, Yankees 2. The Astros lead the Blue Jays 3-1. Bottom of the 7th inning in Toronto. Carlos Correa with a 2-run home run. Rays on top of the White Sox 5-4. Last of the 7th. Top 5 in Arlington. The Rangers lead the Brewers 1-0. Cody Freeman with a ribby single. Matt Olson at the plate. 2 away here in the 8th. The pitch apparently missed. I'm not sure where. Are you?
Take another look here. A little breaking ball. Yeah.
No, it did clip the edge.
Strike,
yeah. Right along the bottom there. Here's the 1-0. This just popped up left side foul out of play. 1-1 the count on Olson. See how we did with our guesses in the Vinny's Beverage Depot attendance game. The actual attendance, 32,721. That was a little closer than you. As Olson looks at a ball low.
What is the attendance?
2-1. 32,721.
Okay.
I feel like if Pat were here tonight, he would have won.
Oh, I had my guess of my buddy from Lockport. And he owes me lunch tomorrow.
That pitch is fouled on the ground off to the right by Olson. 2-2.
Mark's a numbers guy. That ain't too good.
Yeah. Well, you can make fun of him tomorrow at lunch.
Uh-huh. Steaks tomorrow for lunch, too.
Oh, look at you. Yeah.
Don't spend all your money tonight, Wes.
Yeah. It's no ordinary dog sitting to my left. It's the Coom dog. Here comes the 2-2. That one's high and outside. Full count with Olson at the plate. A reminder to stay tuned for the post-game show, which follows our festivities here in Atlanta with Judson Richards, the Verizon Cubs radio post-game show. The payoff pitch. Olson swings and misses as Thielbar zips an inside fastball by him for strike 3. Braves go down in order here in the 8th. 6-1 Cubs as we head to the 9th. On the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer bring you all the action on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Make your house a home with premium paints and stains from Benjamin Moore. Achieve long-lasting color and beauty with Aura, Regal Select, and Ben for interiors. Or protect your exteriors with Element Guard and new Woodlux exterior stains. Available exclusively at locally owned Benjamin Moore stores. Their high-quality products ensure a flawless finish every time. Ready to start your next project? Visit BenjaminMoore.com to find a retailer near you. Benjamin Moore. See the love.
Come see what's cooking in Des Moines, Iowa, where there's something for every taste. The crispy hash browns at Waveland Cafe, a sizzling bacon-glazed pork chop at Oak Park, the snap of a foot-long hot dog at an iCubs game, a 2-foot State Fair lobster roll that has cameras clicking and mouths watering. Hungry yet? Come to Des Moines and try everything. I guarantee you'll come back for seconds. Plan your foodie feast at CatchDesMoines.com, because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent.
Our patient Mike had blood clots deep in his lungs that were putting his heart under major duress. Using a minimally invasive procedure pioneered by our team, we were able to clear them.
Top ranked in Illinois for heart and vascular by U.S. News and World Report, Northwestern Memorial Hospital used tiny balloons to widen the vessels in his lungs, the first in Illinois to master this breakthrough method.
As Mike's nurse, I'm proud to have helped him breathe freely again.
Northwestern Medicine. Better.
Fans know a steal when they see one, like tuxedos and suits from Suits 2020 at Niles. Why rent when you can own one for about the same price? Schedule your free fitting at Suits2020.com.
Stream every out-of-market game live or on demand, plus stream MLB Network 24/7 for the entire season. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Top of the 9th, Ian Happ at the plate. Right-hander Connor Siebold still pitching for the Braves. Here's the pitch, and it's in there for a strike. Cubs with a 6-1 lead over Atlanta as they're trying to stop a 3-game losing streak. Cubs busted out for 4 runs in the 8th inning to build the cushion. Here's the 0-1. High and outside to Happ. 1 ball, 1 strike. Matt Shaw, the big hit in the frame, a 2-run single, and then another run came home on a throwing error. On that play, the 1-1. Fly ball hit to shallow left. Racing in. Profar, does he have a play? Yep, makes the catch about chest high for out number 1 as Haps retired.
Yeah, a lot like the Cubs defense, this Atlanta outfield can really go get them. And Profar, that ball had base hit written all over it when it first was going out to the outfield, and Ray didn't come close. He just outruns the play.
So 1 away. Here's Seiya Suzuki. He's 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. The pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. A fastball from Siebold. 6-1 Cubs. Reminder to stay tuned for the toast of the game presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. Coming up a little bit later on in this 9th inning with Ron Coomer. The 0-1. That's another called strike. Changeup right down the middle to Seiya. 0-2. Siebold, the right-hander, works on the extreme third base side of the rubber. Seiya hits out of a crouch, extends the hands high over home plate. Now the 0-2. That's inside, backing Seiya off the plate. Another changeup. Belt high. A 1-2 offering. Seiya fouls it out of play off to the right. Jameson Taillon expected to come off the injured list and start the finale of this series in Atlanta for the Cubs tomorrow night.
Yeah, it'd be great to see J-Mo back on the mound. Hopefully he's going to be okay and have a healthy rest of the season.
Seiya fouls that last pitch back, a fastball, 1-2.
It's never a positive for a guy to go on the injured list, that's for sure. I don't mean to insinuate that in what I'm about to say, but the one positive is, he's not overused with a couple stints on the injured list, so his arm's going to be really fresh.
Seiya swings and misses at a changeup, strike 3, 2 away. I think J-Mo was asked about this when he was initially placed on the injured list with that groin issue. We were out in San Francisco, and he mentioned something similar to what you just said.
Yeah, I like the idea of, him, he's going to get some starts before you get to playoff time, but, you'd love to see him come in and just really be fresh and be able to throw the next month and a half of baseball in through October.
Pete Crow Armstrong, it's a high fly ball deep left. Profar goes back at the track near the wall, and he makes the catch backing up against the wall. Allowed out the other way for Pete Crow Armstrong. We head to the last of the ninth. Cubs 6, Braves 1 on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Step up to the plate like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be. With high app limits, low holds, exceptional customer service, and no bet fees. Other books may charge you just to get on the field. But with Circa Sports, you can swing away with every bet. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Cool here. Let me tell you one of the things I really like about Yuengling. They brew a beer for everyone's taste. From their traditional lager to light lager, flight, golden pilsner, and even a black and tan. There's something for every kind of beer drinker. So whether you're firing up the grill, watching a game, or at the golf course, there's a Yuengling that fits the moment. Take a look at the lineup next time you're out. You might just find a new favorite. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, official beer of the Cubs Radio Network, DG Yuengling & Sons, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Hey, baseball fans, now at Verizon, they are knocking it out of the park with low prices. Locked in for 3 years guaranteed on my plan. Get a single line for a low price of just $50 a month when you switch and bring your phone on unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Only on the network you can count on. Slide into your local Chicago Verizon store today.
$20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rates. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Make smooth cuts with the Bosch Miter Saw. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
Bottom of the ninth inning here in Atlanta. The Cubs with a 6-1 lead over the Braves. The ninth inning is brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch. And Ben Brown will pitch the ninth for the Cubs, celebrating his 26th birthday today. Ozzie Albies at the plate, and Brown deals, starts him off with a fastball off the inside for ball one. Albies, a switch hitter, batting from the left side. Brown rocks back and deals. Outside, ball two.
You got to get Brownie back to the zone here. Last thing you want to do is give away some free passes here in the bottom of the ninth.
The pitch. That's high, now 3-0 with Albies at the plate. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Albies waits for the 3-0. Brown works his motion. Called strike. Right at the top of the zone. Fastball clocked at 95 miles per hour. Albies coming in 41 career games against the Cubs as he swings and misses. 3-2 the count. In those 41 games entering play tonight against the Cubs, Albies with a .395 batting average, 11 home runs. 2 of them this year. A payoff pitch. Swing and an awkward miss. And a rising fastball from Brown. Strike 3. 1 away.
A good comeback for Brownie. Got a little help from Albies and then high fastball. Albies was trying to hold up, could not. But that's the first out of the inning here. Good start for Brownie. It's copyrighted broadcast presented by the authority. The Chicago Cubs may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
You do that so much smoother than me.
I don't know about that.
It's a really tough read. Here comes the 1-0 delivery. Baldwin swings. Pop fly. Shallow left. Happ comes in. He's under it. Has a play. Makes the catch. 2 away as the Braves are down to their final out. Cubs with a 6-1 lead.
That'll be a nice win for the Cubs. Offense with 6 runs tonight. You know, get a little help from Atlanta with one of them, but still a couple key hits. You know, one by Shaw there late in the ball game really give the Cubs some insurance, and then a little help from Atlanta.
Ha-Seong Kim at the plate. Looks at a strike, top of the zone on the outside edge. Fastball from Brown, 0-1. Coom, the toast of the game, ball players, presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. Binny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. As Brown deals, and this one is swung on and missed. 0-2 the count on Kim. Binny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Well, I think Cade Horton will be our guy. 6 in the third, 4 hits, 2 punch outs, 1 run. Again, just another great outing by Cade. Congrats to him. That ERA just keeps plummeting. And boy, what a rookie year he is having.
2.70 ERA now. Here comes the 1-2. Kim bounces one foul off to the left. Horton has been lights out, especially since the All-Star break. An ERA of under 1. And he's going to win his 10th game tonight in this his rookie season. The pitch up high. 2-2 now on Kim.
He's going to have 10 wins, and he didn't make the team out of spring training.
No. Joined the Cubs in May in New York to take on the Mets. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ball game. And the Cubs stop the losing streak at 3 as they beat the Braves tonight 6-1.
A nice ball game for the Cubs. 6 runs on 7 hits. A couple key hits